There he is. He's up there. I didn't realize he was there. No, I do not have any Gen 5s. That is my goal, is to get a Gen 5.
Why?
Um, I just want to have it.
Oh,
Yeah. And I haven't figured out what I want to be. Um, you know what I'm saying? What's up,
I don't
Paul?
think I don't have
You
any
hear us?
Gen 5.
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my expensive camera to work, but for
Okay.
whatever reason,
Man,
All
that
right.
camera don't like you.
No. It's
it just doesn't. It seems to be okay if I'm the moderator, but if I'm not
right.
the
Ah,
moderator of the stream, then you just do as you're told. So no,
Right.
crappy camera.
Shit. You own any Gen 5s? I know Paul did.
I don't have any Gen 5s. You
Oh,
talking
okay.
about blocks?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the finger grooves.
Okay.
I got the little baby girly hands, man. Them finger grooves feel good to me.
I got big hands.
Oh,
So,
it's great, dude. When I
yeah.
masturbate, I feel so good about myself.
Oh shit.
Think it's another person, huh? Think you
Like,
got
oh,
an
look at those
Asian
little
doll
bitty
in there.
things. That's great. It makes it look so big.
Damn. That's straight.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Never mind. So
Shit. I gotta change something around here.
No, I mean, I don't have any Gen 5s for the same reason that I don't care for that new Ruger RXM. It's
Hmm.
essentially it's a Glock
oh
5
yeah.
body
Yeah.
clone, the frame. You can
Yeah.
either say it's either a Gen 3 or a Gen 5, that no finger
Right.
grooves on it.
hmm
Yeah.
People
Everybody's
talk about the grip angle is slightly different, but we're talking about a very, very minuscule difference. I mean, it's very insequential what the difference in the grip angle is in those two guns.
Right.
hmm
How is he doing too?
Yeah. What's up, Tulag? How you doing, man? And yeah, we got snow like a bitch out here right now.
Are we
Everybody's getting.
actually live now?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
live.
Oh
This
wow.
is. Yeah,
Okay,
we
I
live.
saw the countdown coming in, but I
Yeah.
thought maybe you paused it. Don't you guys
No, no,
like
no, no, no.
a
We
really
live.
long, drawn out
Yeah, we just
intro?
fucking.
Yeah. We'll do that too.
Oh,
What's
okay.
that?
The
Oh yeah,
intro.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll do them both.
All right, bet.
Yeah. So it's just I'm trying to get some of this stuff set up.
Yeah, I might have left that whole masturbation thing out if I'd have known it was actually rolling.
I don't give a fuck.
He
Yeah,
cares, not you.
I'm the one that has to live with it being small. Which one really needs to know about it?
Exactly.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Like, y'all thought I was joking.
Oh
I did.
shit.
I thought you was fucking joking. I did. I
No,
thought you
those
was joking.
motherfuckers little.
It's like he said, if we tell the truth, this shit. What the fuck? Oh shit! Oh my god! Yeah, you got snow up there?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's snowing right now.
it's always snowing up there.
Yeah, it
It's
snowed
first.
like a week ago. The kids have been off school ever since Christmas break started. They haven't been
Mhm.
back to school yet.
Yeah, yeah. It just snowed this morning.
Well, we got a lot
Oh,
of rural shit out here, man. We got hillsides with cliffs and
Yeah.
rural ass roads where the plows don't get to for 2 or 3 days after a snow comes through, and
hmm
so they usually just shut the school down for a minute when we get a bad snow. Fortunately, we don't get bad snows very often here.
right.
But the calendar is built for that, right? Yeah, makeup days and all
I
that.
think our last significant snowstorm was like 2018.
Okay.
So
Hmm. Okay. Come on. Yeah. So
see Tulag over there in the live chat. What's up, homie?
yeah, he's over there. I don't have my chat over here. I'll fucking bring it up. I'm doing some checks. Oh, Big Shooter's over there too. What's up, dude? I don't have him on my end, so I can't post him. Let's see. Checking out all these stupid feeds.
Wow, man. I hope everything's
Oh,
okay.
there
when
we
you did
go.
that.
I got it to work. All right.
Yeah, that looks nice, man.
Yeah, ain't that much better than that old grainy looking stuff? Looked like I was coming out of a 1980s horror movie. Yeah, that's mucho better.
Oh yeah. How's that?
Oh shit!
5K?
Yeah, look at you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was sitting here getting upset, man. Like I spent all this money to have the equipment to be able to put out, not superb quality,
What kind of
but
camera you got?
reasonable.
What kind of camera is that?
This is just a Logitech webcam that I plugged into my laptop. It's
Yeah.
actually not even a nice camera. It's just more expensive than the one that's in the onboard.
That's pretty good. That's damn good. Shit. Yeah. So it's been a lot happening. So I'll just tell now I have a TCM 22, so I'm actually gonna take it and put a RMR on it and put a Dawson Precision upper.
I was watching
tall
one of
boy
your videos
front side.
earlier today where you was talking about the TCM 22.
Mhm. Yeah, I got 3 of them. I love them. That's the performance of the bullet is amazing.
I've only been exposed to it one time, and not having any knowledge of the gun, I really didn't know much about the takedown and the conversion of it, and
Mhm.
neither did the person that had it. So that was just, it was a minor setback to me. Like, that's great that you can switch between calibers, but if you can't switch between calibers proficiently, I shouldn't know how to do it. It's not my
Right.
gun. I ain't never
Right.
messed with one.
Well,
You,
I
on
would.
the other hand, you should be able to roll through this, pretty smoothly here, if it's your gun, but
Yeah,
that
but
was
I
not-
wouldn't say. For me, I like the TCM 22, the .22 bullet. It's the same as a 5.7 bullet, but it's just they neck it down in a 9mm casing, so you're gonna have a little bit more oomph than the regular 5.7. So you're looking at 2,000 feet per second coming off the rail at 25 yards. It's still pushing that same speed, and so they make. For what they make for it is nothing but soft nose hollow points. They don't make any round nose for it, so it won't. They designed the gun to hit and have a punch, but not over penetrate.
I would
You know
almost tend to bet on human flesh that you would probably end up over penetrating with that anyway.
Possibility, but it'd be a nasty exit wound.
Oh, it'd be
You know what I'm saying?
vicious.
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to do some testing on the range a couple of years ago with the 5.7 versus a 45 ACP, which obviously those are wildly different rounds. But the
Mhm.
one thing that I noticed with the 5.7 consistently, even throughout all of the rounds that I had, from hollow points to ballistic tips to plinking rounds, everything over penetrated. Everything, zipped right through the 16 inches and would have probably went through at least another 8 to 12 inches more ballistics gel.
That's
Like,
yeah. That's at least 2
To
people.
me, that seems
That's
to be
almost
a problem.
yeah. That's almost 2 people. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And now the energy transfer through it though was just amazing because the wound cavity through that 16 inches was consistent and nasty. I mean, it wasn't just a little pencil line through the ballistics gel. I mean, it opened up a good half-inch wide wound channel all the way through 16 inches. So, I mean, it's a bad day. It could considerably be a bad day for anybody downrange too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, with the 5.7, if you wanted to save money and get the jacketed rounds at 40 cents a round, yeah, that's the way to save money. But if you start going into the hollow points and the exotic rounds, those things can get up to 70 cents to $1 a round. You know what I'm saying? And they have some bullets almost look like Sabot rounds, where they have it's a point and it looks just like a Sabot take round, in the bullet. And when they hit, it just devastating. You can pay almost $1 something a round. They're expensive. So, do you really want to shoot somebody with that
Well,
expensive
how's
round?
that TCM ammo though? You know, I mean,
40
that
cents a
can't be
round.
cheap.
40. I can find it for 40 cents a round, or even cheaper. I found it for 50 rounds for $19 a box. So
And how's the availability of it? You know, being an
very
odd cartridge.
it's very available. They open it up so you can. They're selling the ammunition to a lot of vendors now. So vendors, I can just type it up in Google search, and there's ammo all over the place. It's not as available as 9mm, but you can find it. You know, and you can order it by the cases, by the boxes. You know, so if you want to find it, you can find it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's the same as I shoot a 45, so it's about the same price as shooting a 45. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I've been spoiled with the 9mm. That's primarily why I tend to stay with it is availability and cost.
yeah, it's the go. The 9mm is the go-to gun if the shit hits the fan.
And I was like,
You know what I'm saying?
right, you know, and if people, you know, people like to talk about how, you know, and I agree, 45, you know, you only got to shoot them once with the 45. You don't got to keep hitting them over it. In theory, you don't have to hit them more than once or twice with a 45, and the threat should be neutralized if you're a decent shot. Whereas with the 9mm, you might have to hit them a few times, but that's all right.
I'm gonna hit you a few times regardless. I don't care what gun.
Right. There was more than two. There was more than two coming anyway.
Right. If I got 17, at least half of that's going to be in one person. You know what I'm saying? So
that would be the game plan.
Yeah.
Rocking my body armor today, I figured I'd throw my kit on.
I see that.
Figured I'd throw my kit on just so my back would remember what it feels like to have this stuff on. You know, practice, guys. You know, if you don't get to go to the range frequently enough, throw your kit on and just wear it around the house if you have to, just so your body doesn't forget how much it sucks to have to wear this shit.
Yep. I spent, like, when I used to shoot competition, I shot competition with body armor for 4.5 years. Yeah.
Now, I don't do it like everyone else does. I've only got the level 3A soft armor in my carrier. This thing's just for carrying shit.
I rock steel.
Yeah, I tried to do the steel, man. I used to run the steel plates, and then I was like, you know what? Let's just not get shot. That's a way better plan. Way better plan than humping.
Dude, I'm not seeing anybody else make the TCM round other than Armscar.
Yeah, they're the only ones to make it, but they made it widely available to other sellers.
Oh yeah.
So if you go to AmmoBot and just type it in, you should see them.
That's what I'm looking at now. It's the cheapest one is
proprietary to Armscore, or is it anybody can make it?
Bitch.
Yeah, you can, as long as you just because it's a 9mm cartridge and the .22 bullet. You just neck it down.
Right, you just need the dies to neck it down, and you run that.
That's all you do. Yeah, just neck it down.
So, do you reload any?
I've been collecting shells. I haven't shot enough to actually start reloading. I have the dies, and I just haven't started. Playing with it yet. Been trying out some loads. So
what
I haven't looked at the data yet.
The 22 CPMs.
What's that for?
Are you going to reload those 22s? My question was more broad than that.
Oh, am I going to load them? Yeah, if shit comes to shove, and I see the prices going up. I see the prices going down.
My question was, do you reload in general?
Oh yes, I reload. I reload from 38s all the way up to shotguns, 308s. I do rifles, everything. Yeah, so I have dies that go all the way up and down.
Do you got any of these bad boys?
Yeah, 3-inch. Yeah, high brass. Yeah.
These are $1.80 loads.
Mm-hmm.
It's $1.80.
You got the
dimes in there.
It's supposed to be $2.20-something. You shorten it.
Man, inflation has gone up. And let's be real, the amount of powder that is required to get that kind of weight moving.
And it is I forgot what the grains were, but you got to.
Yeah, that's what has he got in this one? He wrote it on here, I think. Yeah, 41 grains of blue dot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have some Flechette. I bought some Flechette rounds. I have Flechette rounds. filler material and cardboard. I made some Fachette rounds. I made marbles. I made BBs. I made thumbtacks. I made a whole bunch of stuff just to see if I can do it. Because I started out when I first started reloading, it was with shotguns. Then
Right.
it went into pistols. So I went crazy with shotguns, slugs, double-aught buck. You know what I'm saying? Double-aught buck with the ball and the double-aught buck. I've done it all. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I mean,
very
it's just
effective.
also violent, you know. I mean, now granted,
Mhm.
some of that exotic ammo is underwhelming as far as, you know, the presentation of it. The packaging sells it way better than the outcome does.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, then on the
Yeah.
flip side of it, there's some of that stuff like some of the Dragon's Breath that's out there is just legit as shit, man. Not
Yeah.
all of it. Not all Dragon's Breath is equal, but there's some out there that will set your ass on fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good room clearing. Shoot it into a room, then go in. You know what I'm saying?
I see it more as a psychological warfare with people. You know, it's kind of like shooting them in the groin. You know, I mean, you get known for shooting at people in the groin, and then you come out with the John Wick and the whole Dragon's Breath, and you start shooting people in the face with Dragon's Breath at point blank range.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
it sends a message.
yeah. You can do the same with double-aught buck. So
Not as colorful though.
it won't be as colorful. Yeah. They won't be screaming and hollering. It'll be,
It's all about sending a message with me.
Yeah. I need to set my clock.
And this guy over here, he's being all quiet. I
8:51.
guess he's afraid I'm
I
going to
don't know what he's doing. He's doing something.
I'm looking for a goddamn barrel.
For
Yeah.
what?
Rifle that I'm putting together.
What caliber?
Cam,
What kind
go
of
to
rifle?
Cam. Go to Cam
22.
Tactic. Cam.
22 long rifle.
Oh,
It's a
22.
1022.
Oh.
Yeah. See, and it's crazy, bro. The prices. If you ever get a minute and you look it up, you'll see prices are unreal. Like
Hey,
I
Big
thought
Shooter.
$200.
You got any good websites for 1022 barrels?
Who? Oh yeah, Big Shooter,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I talked to him already. We talked about it. They can order it where he's at,
I
but
wouldn't get that shit gonna cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah. Well, come
Yeah, I
on.
don't do a lot of builds, man. I
You
tend to just
3
buy
of
it
them
already
son of
built.
bitches.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see what I'll find at one of my favorite places. Yeah, I just got me a 308 upper receiver yesterday.
I just recently picked up a Palmetto State 308 AR-10.
Yeah, I almost did that, but I found it a lot cheaper from who the fuck did I buy this shit from? I'll have to look it up quick.
I got this one from the local gun shop up the road. I got a 550, dude.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if you could build one for 550. Not a decent one anyway.
No. What kind of optics you gonna put on it?
It didn't have any options. It was just plain Jane, you know, lower or upper put together with a magazine. I had to start dressing it out myself.
Right.
But for 550, you know, like I said, when the owner told me what he wanted for it, I was like, well, hand it here. I ain't going to give nobody else to grab that up.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, when you hear those certain numbers, it's just let's go.
Yeah, you can't pass them up sometimes.
Well, especially when you've got a reasonable amount of in-store credit available to you. You know, I mean, I could probably walk out of there with up to $2K worth of stuff and not spend any money.
Okay.
That's good. That's very good.
And I'd have to pay for it later, but in that
right.
moment, I can walk out the door with, I would say, up to about $2K.
So, Al, why are you looking for a 1022 barrel? What are you trying to do?
I just told you I'm putting together a goddamn rifle.
Why?
Because I shoot 1020. I shoot 22.
Do you have a 1022? You have one already.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he has a specific outcome that he's looking for a 1022.
Because you can buy them already tricked out, and they're a lot cheaper than just buying the barrel.
Right, but he probably can't hit a 500-yard shot with it.
Thank you. It's
What the fuck?
I have a receiver already.
So he needs a match grade
I got everything
barrel.
except the barrel.
You're gonna put a match grade
heavy barrel.
The one I have on it now is a pencil barrel, and I want a 920 barrel. bull barrel.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your
Hmm?
you want a bull barrel?
Yeah,
Okay.
the big one.
All right.
The thick
I'm
one.
gonna give you a website right now.
It has to
I
be a
just found
takedown.
some.
That's the problem.
Oh, you're not gonna find that.
I know. You think I'm looking?
You're not gonna find it.
I'm looking.
You're not gonna find a bull barrel on the takedown. What's wrong with you, dude? You
No, they
crazy?
have them. I just don't want to spend $500 for it.
You tripping?
They have them.
You
I've
tri-
seen it. They have
Just
them.
leave me
They're
alone. I'm
available.
looking for a unicorn, damn it.
Nope.
He's looking
I
for a
want to.
fucking
I want
bull
to
barrel.
spend
Get
less
the
than
fuck
$300
outta
for
here,
it. How
dude.
about that? They have them.
I found some bull barrels for under 200.
Right, the bull
If-
barrel for a regular one, but for a takedown, they're going. I don't want to
Then
spend.
why don't you just buy a
$300.
1022 takedown and just save the lower receiver and take the lower receiver, take it
No,
apart.
it's already you. I got a long
Match
story.
grade
I got a
lower receiver?
Magpul stock. I have a an
What-
old metal receiver.
No, do you have
and
a match grade trigger? Do you have
everything?
a
Everything.
competition
I got
trigger?
I got a Vaquasin trigger for it.
Okay.
Yeah, everything
you-
I have.
Why do
I
you
just
do
don't
this?
have
This
a
was
barrel.
a bad project. This was a horrible project.
Fuck you. You ain't you fucking horrible project.
This is
The-
a
the
horrible
tax
fucking
sold-
project. Why
No,
the fuck
dude.
would you spend that
This
kind
shit-
of quality
you know how
time?
long this
Tell me you're going to
Going-
spend $1,000 on a 1022 without
This-
telling me you're going to spend $1,000
Bro,
on
Right.
a
Look,
1022.
and that's
Right.
why
This is
that's
not
why I'm in
making
this
sense.
dilemma where I'm at.
This
This
is fucking stupid, man.
look at this shit. See all that big shooter
Look,
said?
we can't see you. You just
Oh,
jumped off.
he done said fuck off.
I'm
Keep
sorry,
giving
yeah.
me shit.
That's wrong,
Kicked
right?
himself
There we go.
off.
Look at this shit, bro.
All right.
This is what, real quick. Look at this. This is what big shooters recommended. See this shit right here? I ain't spending $500
Yeah,
for
it'll
a
be
fucking barrel.
worth more than the gun.
Eggs, it'll be exact damn same. I ain't no way happening. No way happening.
Then why
And like-
just put a regular barrel in there and fuck the takedown? What are you trying to do?
So you're
No,
trying to
no,
build a
no,
customized
no, no, no,
1022 at
no, no, no.
Kmart. What are you
It's-
doing?
Dude,
$200.
if you want to take down this, go to the local pawn shop, buy a takedown for under
No.
$200.
Not going cheap, man. Not going cheap.
It's just a
I'll find it.
1022.
But he's not
What
going
are you-
expensive either.
What are
Watch,
you trying to do?
right,
You trying
exactly,
to, you trying to
but-
take down elk with this thing or something?
No.
This is just
No,
a
he's
first
trying
one.
to knock the hair off a fly's ass at 500.
Thank you, Big
Yeah,
Shooter.
Big
Exactly
Shooter
what I
said you
said. I
asked
know.
for it.
I
damn it.
know. I know. And that's the thing. It's like I know the prices and I'm still
Shit. He said you asked
I'm
for it,
still
goddammit.
I found one. It was decent price. It was about $200.
But you didn't
I don't-
buy it because you wanted to get something cheaper, and then that
No,
sold
no,
out, and now
No,
you're
no, no.
screwed.
I didn't
Yeah,
buy it
no
because I'm
such
sitting here with
fucking
you
thing.
guys. Where the hell is that?
Doesn't make any
Yeah.
fucking sense, dude.
No,
That's crazy.
buddy. Aculite. The Aculite barrels are. I gotta look up research and make sure it's a decent barrel
So you still haven't explained why you want the takedown barrel.
because the receiver's a takedown.
Oh,
Right.
did you buy that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I bought it on purpose. I
Okay,
wanted
now,
to. I
now
wanted
we
to take
can
it
get
apart.
into
It's for
some
my
meat
son.
and potatoes over here. Why in the Sam hell would you buy a takedown?
Yeah.
It's for my son. It's a
Question
Oh,
still
it's for your
valid.
son.
gift, right?
Okay.
So he could take it apart and store it.
All right.
It's
Now
gonna
go
be
find
his.
a Turkish company that makes a 1022 copy. Then
No.
fuck.
No.
Oh shit. Okay, now it's for your son. I would just
Right.
give him a regular 1022. He can still
That's
take it
kinda what
down.
I was
Mm.
driving.
He can
at
still
it.
take it down. If you
Yeah.
get the synthetic stock one, he can still take it down. He can take the top and strip down.
Why
the
does he
lower
need to
receiver.
take it down? Don't you got a gun cabinet for him to store that in? A safe?
No, it's gonna
something?
be his. This is his.
Oh, you're giving it to him.
Right.
Right. So,
So
he needs a
apparently
gun
you couldn't get
cabinet.
it built by Christmas. So
No,
you-
that's not. I don't do Christmas, bro. Come on.
Oh,
man.
okay. This is gonna be 2026 Christmas.
It's his birthday.
When is that coming up?
This month.
No, you ain't gonna make that shit, bro.
Shit. Watch this. Look at it right here.
I'm
I
telling
got it
you.
right here.
You got it. How much is it?
$239.
Put that shit up. Let's see it.
I'm telling you, so I said I had to do a little review. But you know what? I got it, bro. See, bam. $239. It ain't $350. I just got to figure
What
out. I never
company
heard
is
of
this? Who is it?
Aculite.
Acculite. Hey,
Never heard of
Big Shooter, you ever heard of them?
It's
Acculite.
a barrel, bro.
I know, but barrels, it's what type of lining it's got?
So I said it doesn't say.
Nitrate?
I'm sure. But it
Chrome
doesn't say. I
line?
got to do the research, man. Gotta do
No,
the
it should say it right in the description.
So
I'm just
why are
wondering.
you even concerned about how much it costs? Just contact them and tell them who you are and what you do, and they'll send it to you.
yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, right.
What?
Shit, don't work like that.
Yeah, actually, it totally does.
It would.
Yeah.
You know how much it costs to be told no?
Nothing.
Oh, well.
That's right.
You know, I mean, and I'm going to say it from the bottom of my heart. If you never stick it out there, how do you ever expect to get it sucked on?
Here we go. Here we go.
He's got a good,
Here we
good
go.
point now.
Every now and then, you just got to stick it out there, and amazing things happen, man. If you set the bar really high and you fall short, you still fall forward.
Mm-hmm.
Feel what I'm saying? Even if you fall short, you're still falling forward into a better place than what you were, because at least that person knows who you are now. I mean, for a prime example, I'm going to go ahead. Excuse me while I whip this out. I got me one of them there Core Essentials high grade duty belts, everyday carry belt. That's $160 belt, dude. I hit them dudes up because I saw another content creator that made a video for him and was like, hey, that belt looks badass. I need a really good everyday carry belt. I'm tired of this old school leather piece of crap that I could use all the time. And dude sent me this out for free. I made him a review of the product, posted it up online. I hit him back up, told him how much I liked it and that I was going to order a bunch of them for the men in my family. And he's like, so when's your birthday? I was like, next week. He's like, I'm sending you out another one for your birthday. Happy birthday. So I got another one on the way. All I did was ask.
Okay. All right. I've never asked before, but that's a good.
That's all I did was ask.
It's a good tip. Big Shooter says nothing wrong with Ruger OEM stock. 1022 barrel. I've outshot many custom built 1022 rifles with my stock 1022 carbine. All right, let's get this shit. Get this shit about ready to go on the road.
And
all right,
you
motherfuckers.
You guys are awesome. You're
We're
playing
here.
yourself down. You're way more than what you're giving yourself credit for. You know, that just clicked with me that you were laughing about, you know, that. It's like, dude, you guys are awesome. It's
Well,
just
I've never asked for that before. I've never done that. I was never raised to do that, so it's kind of different for me to, you know, to do something like that.
It's about playing the game. It's not about getting free stuff. It's about playing the game. You know, I mean, that's how they get their name out. You get your name out. You get to get some products to be able to test. And, you know, sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're crap. If they're crap, you just don't advertise them. You know, you set your level on what you're willing to promote to people. And like me, I wouldn't promote that if it wasn't a quality product. But let's roll this thing, man.
Okay. All right, guys. We're here to Alphas Talk. Now we're going to talk about some Los Angeles fire. And also, we got the Therapy Range here. Paul, he's here on the show tonight. Woo. Let's see. I do have fucking the chair. Nah, I'll do it later. And so we're going to talk about the fire. We're going to talk about some guns. There's some big developments in the firearms stuff for us for the United States and some bullshit the ATF is trying to pull too. Also, we're going to talk about what's going down with Trump and some things we got to look forward to in the future that's coming up in the next 10 fucking days. We'll see you when we get back. When I find a button I need to push.
Next. That's on.
Yep. All right, we're back, guys. Only thing we ask if you guys give us a thumbs up on the show. We're on Rumble, we're on Locals, we're on YouTube, Twitch, and goddamn Kick. And we want to thank who's support this sponsor this show, and that is Saber Team Tactical. Type in saberteamtactical.com in your browser, and you're gonna come up to this lovely, lovely page right here. And go ahead, Al.
Sure. Right the Bear, that's who we run with, and we have a partnership with these guys. I figured out the other name of the people. It's Attorneys on Retainer.
Oh yeah, Attorneys on Retainer.
Yeah, they're making some big stride. I like that guy. The personality. He's one of the lawyers of the group. I guess one of the
A
founders.
little dry.
Yeah, he puts
dry.
it out there, man, and he's challenging the industry. So I like it. But what I've seen is the changes that Right to Bear made were previous to these guys coming on the scene. And a lot of the stuff that they started off with, Right to Bear was already doing. So we sit pretty good. And that's why we continue to look. And a lot of people are jumping off that USCCA bandwagon. And I'm talking about not just the basic user, but also a lot of their sponsors and a lot of their what do you call those people? Influencers. Those guys are, I mean, they're making videos talking about how crappy and how people were mistreated, and what's the other one? The services weren't rendered, all kind of stuff, man. So if you go on YouTube or even here on Rumble, I've seen a couple where these guys are like done, you know, and they're putting it out there that we're breaking contact with these guys and we're never going back type stuff. So, you know, and these guys are being paid.
Yeah, they're not even doing ads with them anymore.
They're cutting them out. So, and a lot of them jump into Attorney on Retainer. And I looked at this stuff, and they have a good product as well. Yeah, too. Like I saw that video. But yeah, they have a good product. But we have the same stuff here. The only thing I saw different with the two companies is that Right to Bear, you have to pay for a bail. Like bail is a la carte. With that one, it's part of it in there. But there's other things that Right to Bear has, like the firearm. If you get your firearm taken, they're going to replace it. The other guys don't have that. So you got to mix and match and look at it and see what you want. We recommend it. And if you decide to go ahead and use it, use SABER and you'll get a discount on your, I think it's multiple years, right? It continues.
Yes. Yeah.
So every time you use SABER, it's not just a one-time thing. You will always get that discount, and that's pretty cool because they honor it. And if you don't know by now, they're backed by Palmetto State Armory. So they're going to be there for you. All right?
All right. And from there, go to, the training schedule's up, guys, for 2005. What the fuck? 25. Yeah. So, all right.
Yep. Any of the topics you see, including the ones that have dates, we can set up something for you. We do personalized training for groups. We do personalized training for individuals. If we do a one-on-one, and we have the same pricing. If you go click on any of the ones that say date on request, you'll see a individual pricing chart. You get a discount again if you take multiple lessons, because we try to explain to people when we come out, taking one class with us and we'll get you an understanding. But for new shooters, you got to take multiple classes. And I always suggest to people, even if it's not with me, find somebody and take multiple classes with that person. It's because you're going to continue. You got to get a full understanding and get confidence with that. I have two people right now that I'm working with, and we're working on that same thing. And one was a teacher. And I didn't know she was a teacher until we started talking. As I was explaining to her, she said that's what was on her mind. Like she said, how much can I learn within this 3-hour block of training that she would feel confident. And then when I started breaking it down to her, she felt a whole lot better because she said she was wondering if everybody just takes one class and moves on. And I said, don't even idiots do that. And then she realized that, she said she's in, and she's been coming back. And this past week was like 30 degrees out here, so we rescheduled, but she's in, and she understands that it's a necessity to progress. Is not just a one hit quitter. Okay? So you got to keep going. Mm-hmm. And then we have the semi-automatic rifle for self-defense class. Go out and learn your rifle, right? Self-defense is different than just going in a range and setting up a target downrange and indiscriminately popping rounds at it. Learn what the difference between cover and concealment. Learn the difference between your sight over bore and your offset. Those are big things that people talk about, but when I listen to them, they're not saying the right thing. That's not what it is. So come on out and learn that. And then we move into conceal carry, stop the bleed.
And that class is set up as a date pending because it's for uses the corporates, the companies, the outings, or something like that. If you guys want to do something special, so if you don't have rifles, we can provide them with a price and the ammunition too. So it's something to think about.
Yeah, it's available. We did it last year for a group, and then great success. I mean, out of the 15 people, I think 3 of them actually fired a gun prior to that, and they all walked away with a lot of confidence and felt good about themselves.
And I was able to buy stuff I didn't know I
had. Conceal carry, stop the bleed class, May 24th. It's a big topic nowadays. You hear a lot of people talking about it. Stop the bleed.
This one's different. So it's going to show you some tricks to keep your butt alive during an active shooter. So because the tactics have changed for police officers, and so this is something that's going to keep you alive. So I will pop smoke for this one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Scroll.
Oh.
We got a date for a shotgun class. I got a couple of people I spoke to, and they just recently purchased shotguns, and I directed them to this class right here, and they're looking forward to it. Come on out, learn what you have in your arsenal. If you have a shotgun and you haven't run it the way we do it, come on out. We'll show you, because most people have a shotgun. Trap and skeet is great. I love it. I have fun doing it. Not that great anymore, but nonetheless, it's not the same as self-defense shotgun. Not the same. Not shooting.
It's a little bit different.
So come on out too. Learn where that gun's hitting. Make sure you understand it before you deploy it in a life or death situation. Stop the Bleed Medical and Rifle Battle Class, July 26th. Another good class. Again, the medical part is needed. It's the Stop the Bleed is needed, not necessarily for a gunshot wound, but for any triaging of major injuries and stopping the bleeding, keeping people from going into shock. All right, that's what this is all about. The battle class is you working with people you may know or may not know. It's great opportunity. Pop smoke in there. You don't get opportunities to train and practice and learn within an environment like this. That's the good thing about it. It's $150. That's the good thing. It's all day. You get out there with shooting guns. You got smoke popping. You get as much confusion as you can handle, because we're still calm and we still know what we're doing and we got control of it. I watched this guy next to me, and the first time I was like, dude, oh shit, okay, well, and nobody got hurt. It was on the borderline of chaos, but it was control. It was control, and people had a good time, and people realized that they couldn't do this anywhere else. You can't go, even if you have land, you popping smoke on land and it's private land, private property, you might be okay, but your neighbors may not be okay with that. And now you get phone calls and all kind of crazy shit. But good class. And rifle PCC class, this guy shows you how to run your rifle like a pistol, driving that gun, getting behind it, figuring out where the dot's at, figuring out what you need to do to be faster and push yourself. And that's what this class is all about. And then the end of the year class is the rifle and tactical gear class. That class is designed to enhance intermediate and above shooters, meaning you have to be able to run your gun. Like any stoppages, you got to keep it moving. Yeah, nobody's stopping to come over to help you. Nobody's telling you, hey man, you got to use less finger. You're jerking the trigger or you're anticipating. You don't get any of that. None of that. You straight up have to be able to run your gun, because it's more about the movement and being in the right place at the right time, because we're not having any issues. Nobody's been hurt, and you have to be able to listen and you have to be able to respond after hearing what we tell you to do, especially that guy over there, because you start seeing this, you fucked up. You done fucked
But if you have some fucking gear you just bought last year Amazon, Wish, Temu. You want to bring it out? Bring it out. If it works, it works. This class is to help figure out what you got on your body to make it work for you. If it doesn't work, I'll point it out. We adjust it. We will modify it. And if it just completely falls apart, I got some gear I can let you use for the day. You know what I'm saying? So bring it out and see what's up. Because a lot of people don't know how to put this shit on. So this class is and teach you what's necessary to have in your rifles too, and your pistols. If you got some bullshit on there, it's coming off. You know what I'm saying? So especially if it's not working for you. So
if you ordered from wish.com, just go ahead and take it off.
No, I want them to bring it out there because they have to prove a point. You know what I'm saying?
It comes apart, then you realize.
If you just want to be the class clown, then go ahead and bring out your wish.com.
We've had them. The reflex.
I know.
Reflex optic class, the RMR class is great. If you have an RMR, any optic or red dot on a pistol or rifle, and you want to understand it a little bit more, this is the time to do that. You want to zero in rifles only, iron sight, let us know. Because it's more than just adjusting the sights, and it's more than just putting the optic on the gun, which is what it's kind of dumbfounded, or confounded me, should I say, when I hear people say that. Like, you ask them, what yardage did you sight the gun in? And they say, well, at my house. And what do you mean at your house? I put it on at my house.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so oh God. And you got to start from ground zero at that point.
So
from the couch to the back door, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll secret these classes. We will, if you just bought the stuff and haven't installed it, we'll install it for you, bore sight it, and have you shoot. For the RMR pistols, you will be shooting at 20 to 25 yards to see if you're hitting bullseye. And we'll show you how to do all that stuff. So, and with the rifles, all rifles will be zero at 25 for urban warfare, 25 yards for urban warfare only.
Why y'all shoot so close?
Because you can, at 25 yards, you can shoot up to 200 yards without the bullet dropping, especially with 5.56.
Every time I hear that, that's the first thing I say. You have no idea what the fuck you doing.
And in urban environment, most buildings are less than 200 yards that you're going to be shooting from. So you're not, you're not fighting in the wilderness. If you are, just raise up your gun. And so they're on palm request. So this is something new we're trying this year. And that's the reason why we haven't put any dates. So if we get more interest in this, we'll start putting some dates and stuff up. But they're there for you guys to utilize and take advantage of, especially all you newbies or old people who just converting over to the 21st century. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, and is that it now?
Yeah, that's it, man.
Let's see. Laser engraving. I got some stuff coming up in April, and but you can go to that part, and you can seek me out if you want to. I do plaques and all types of other stuff. My email's at the bottom over here, saberteamtactical.com. Graduation, personal gifts, anything you want done. We can do that, facilitate that too. And also, there's a couple of events that are coming up. And I want to key you guys in on. One of them is the NRA convention is coming on April 24th, 27th at the Georgia World Congress Center. That's here in Atlanta. And it's going to be a good show. Trump's supposed to be here at the show. You can carry your guns and stuff. This is a what is it? It's constitutional carry, so you can't carry open, but you can carry concealed here. So don't be running around open looking stupid. You know what I'm saying? And that's one.
Right to Bear's website, you can figure out where you are and where you can.
Yes, it'll say right on the Right to Bear's website. We have another event that just came up. They just announced it yesterday. Palmetto State Armory, The Gathering. That's in South Carolina, March 24th, 25th. And you can just type in PSA Gathering in Google, and it'll come up to Palmetto's website. And each day Friday is $50. It's $50 a day, so you can do Friday and Saturday, or $80 for both days. So it's a Friday and Saturday, and you'll be able to go and do a range day Friday the 21st or Saturday 22nd. It started at 9 a.m. on each day, and it's at the Clinton House Plantation. That's in South Carolina, and it's once you buy your tickets, it's non-refundable, but it's going to be a great event. It looks just like this at this gigantic range, and you see the people standing in line, and you get to shoot every gun that's out there for free. You know what I'm saying? They give you ammunition, and you can shoot, and you can, if you see something, you take a picture of it. They let you take pictures. You talk. You can figure out everything you want about that gun, so you can get online when you get out of there and try to buy it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that is the best way to go out there and test some of the stuff out that you've seen. Some of the new stuff's going to be out there. Some of the old stuff's going to be out there. So it's a good time. $50 to shoot everything out there is a hell of a deal.
I can testify that I've never been to the gathering per se, but I have been to the IV 8888 range day and TriggerCon. Those, yeah. If you can make it to the Palmetto State gathering, I'll be there. Apparently, these guys are going to be there.
Oh yeah, we're going to be
There'll
there.
be a bunch of other content creators there. I don't know who. I can't speak on their behalf, but I know there'll be a bunch of us going there. He said, I plan on being there with bells on. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, I went there last year, and that's how I found out about the 1022. They had it on the table, and I was like, what the hell is this? And the guy had a shirt on saying what it was. And I was like, I want that gun right there. So he gave me 10 rounds with it. And it was a target, I don't know, maybe about 15, 17 yards out. I was pinging it, baby. He was like, you need to buy this gun. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, you're right. So I started researching it, and man, I bought my first one.
In my early days of being a firearms enthusiast, I would frequently tell people that my go-to gun in a shit hit the fan wouldn't be the AR, it'd be the 1022 for a couple of reasons. One, I can carry 1,000 rounds in each one of my cargo pockets, and I can knock your eyeball out at 250 yards with it.
Which is true. Yeah.
You know,
sure.
I mean, yeah, as I've gotten older, I've realized that that's probably not a very proper way of seeing things. You want more power.
Yeah.
I like to make it,
and that's why
your eye out.
For me, it's the my go-to is always a 9 first. Secondary is a 5.7 because I'm a cut through hell. I don't really give a damn at that point once the balloon pops. You know what I'm saying? And for overshoot and all this stuff, I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to.
And a guy like yourself, you're going to have a higher advantage, even against a guy with a rifle, if they have training like what we've seen most people's training levels are. Like, yeah, I mean, in 90% of your cases, you're going to be at a disadvantage against a guy with a rifle. But if that guy with the rifle has zero training, I think my homeboy over here with a 9mm is going to eat that ass.
Yeah, that is the goal. And then I'll have a rifle.
Then you'll have a rifle. Yeah, what good is a pistol in combat? Well, a pistol is good to acquire a rifle.
Right. So, yeah, several rifles.
Hey, real quick, guys, real quick. This is how dedicated this guy is, right? So if you go on YouTube and you see him right there.
Got audio
in the background. This opportunity. So we'll see you
kill
there.
the audio on it, Al.
I got you. I'm going up, bro. It's gonna kill itself. There you go. Okay. There you go, right there. 20 days. I saw the TCM, and I'm like, damn, who else? Oh shit, that's him. I said, who else got a TCM? Like, and then I saw 3. And I was like, okay. And they responded back. They
did.
Good.
Yeah, we'll definitely see him this year. So I wasn't planning on going, but I got to talking with Al up there, and he said he wanted to go. Last year, I couldn't get anybody to go with me, so I went by myself.
Yeah, it was like you last year you said today, let's go tomorrow. And I was like, this motherfucker.
Like, you realize I'm married, right? I got a family, kids, job. Shit. I can't just drop what I'm doing and damn it, man. Why didn't you ask me 3 days ago?
It literally was hours before you left.
And I had asked about 3 or 4 people, and nobody could go. So I said, fuck it, I'm going by myself. You know what I'm saying? And I had a good time, had a blast. You know what I'm saying? Spent the whole day up there just shooting guns. That's all I was doing. You know?
Right.
And
JC Tulag, I appreciate that. I really do. That's a good one.
What's that?
I really appreciate what he said on that one.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
A guy with a rifle and zero training
won't last long.
No. And there's a lot of them out here like that.
Yeah.
Too.
Yep. And that's the thing. Because everybody thinks they're ready. You know, even a guy with 50 rounds and a revolver, they think they're ready for some, end of the world situation. Yeah. And it's like, you got to be kidding me. You know, you don't even know.
It absolutely drives me nuts when I see the comments. Why do you need so much ammunition with you?
Yep.
If you have to reload, you ain't a very good shot.
Right. Well, I like reloading anyway.
My 38 special, I got 6 shots. If I need more than that, I'm in a whole heap of trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what if 6 shots just ain't enough to get her done?
Right. Speaking of that, let's segue into California. You guys seen what's happening in California, the fires and stuff. Right?
It's the end of the world.
Guess what's happening now? They're looting. So you can't have, California has heavy restrictions on firearms. So let's see. And Palisade is the place where that's the most bluest Democratic people there is. That's the Hollywood elite, and it burnt to the ground, basically. Yeah. Even they used to film Baywatch and stuff at over there on that highway, all those restaurants and stuff, they're gone. They all got burned up. Every single one of them. That whole thing is burnt down.
Now, I wonder if they were a group of the people that got their insurance canceled a couple of months ago.
Possibility. I know they say they made so many rules and regulations that it's going to be hard for them to even rebuild.
Yeah.
Try to get permits. Yeah. Because you got so many endangered creatures all around that area, so try to get it rebuilt, get a permit to rebuild is virtually impossible, and but I want to show you about the mayor of New York, not New York, the mayor of LA. She's let's let him explain it.
November 7, 1983. Remember this date, but first, let me introduce you to Karen Bass. Back in the 1970s, community activist Karen Bass went on at least 15 trips to Cuba, many with a group known as the Venceremos Brigade, a Marxist group started by the Castro regime to subvert American interests, weaken democracies, and spread communism around the world. Founded in 1969, the Venceremos Brigade organized trips to Cuba every year for half a century. They attracted the most radicalized and delusional segments of the American left, including overtly Maoist and pro-Soviet communist groups. In fact, a Los Angeles police investigator who infiltrated the group testified to Congress saying that to be a member of the brigade, you had to be confirmed as a Marxist-Leninist. As a brigadista and then moving up the ranks to organizer for the Venceremos Brigade, Karen Bass visited Cuba every 6 months. Their mission? To radicalize young, impressionable American leftists in terrorist tactics and guerrilla warfare. Members of the Venceremos Brigade were even taught how to make bombs.
Jesus Christ!
Karen Bass admits, on her many pilgrimages to Cuba, she went to see Fidel Castro speak several times, even calling him charismatic, and upon his death, praised him, saying, "The passing of Commandant en Jefe is a great loss to the people of Cuba, even though the people of Cuba see him as a dictator who impoverished their island." Another group, the M19, took its belief in revolutionary anti-imperialism to extremes, violent extremes. The M19 was the first and only women-created and women-led domestic terrorist group. Since their founding in 1978, M19's tactics escalated from robbing armored trucks and abetting prison breaks to building their own explosives and carrying out terrorist bombings. From 1983 to 1984, M19 bombed an FBI office, the Israel Aircraft Industries building, the South African consulate in New York, DC's Fort McNair, and Navy Yard, which they bombed twice. But that wasn't enough for them. On the night of November 7, 1983, the M19 called the U.S. Capitol switchboard and warned them to evacuate the building. Minutes later, the M19 bombed the north wing of the US Capitol. November 7, 2023 marks 40 years since the M19's bombing of the US Capitol. Members of the M19, like Susan Rosenberg, traveled to Cuba with and were radicalized by the Venceremos Brigade. The South Los Angeles Venceremos Brigade was led by Karen Bass, who is now mayor of Los Angeles.
Isn't that interesting? Now, there's rumor that most of those fires were set by an arson. And they have arrested at least one person that I know of. And I saw a photograph of it, and they said he found out with a blowtorch. And
He lit it on purpose?
yeah. So the
I
water,
seen a video going around Instagram where there was a cat sitting on the side of the road, got caught on camera throwing jugs of or gallon cans of gas into the brush.
yes. Yeah. There's people videotaping other people starting fires.
Right.
Yeah. So those, because you had 5 fires all started at the same time in different locations. So and it might happen again because the wind's supposed to start blowing again tomorrow. And so
Right.
you're gonna look at what she did. They fired so many firefighters that didn't do the COVID shots. They didn't refill. This is the governor. He didn't refill the reservoirs for the fire hydrants. That was empty. They the fire chief, the assistant fire chief, and the DEI liaison are all female lesbians, and they all got the first name of Karen. And it's also funny. And but their whole goal was to do DEI hires and have people be just like them, even though they couldn't do a push-up or lift a body, because most of the females they hiring are overweight and out of shape. So the firefighters they've been just totally destroyed. This was something that was set in motion. Now then, when she cut the budget for the firefighters, they took all that money and gave it to the rainbow groups, so they can do all their little stuff. That's what that budget was for. And so when they stopped the reservoir from being filled, it's because it's either a fish or a crab or something, I don't know, that's so-called endangered that they're trying to protect, So, but I think
crabs in the water or a human crab?
It's, I don't know, if they got
I think they got it right though.
They got shrimp.
I think the value of that aquatic life, I think those lives matter. I mean, are we really upset that LA is burning down?
Mm-hmm.
No, I always get upset about human life. Human life,
the
property. I don't give a damn about, but human life, because they're reporting the lives now. This is going to be probably in the thousands.
There's also a report that it's gang members, that it's a gang of 100 people on scooters.
Yes,
I guess racing through the street to where the fires are going on.
Well, it was one guy I followed. He was on the scooter, but he was actually doing videos and stuff for his YouTube page, and so that was a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm reading it right now. It says 100 LA fires, gang of 100 people on scooters are looting buildings in Wild West evacuated area.
Yeah, they're looting.
Right, they're looting. There's no reason to think that they're not setting fires either.
Right, they're probably doing it at the same time.
Right, I mean it's a reasonable expectation that they're taking part in all sorts of fuckery.
Right, because
we have people with questionable backgrounds in this country that we don't even know where they are.
We can't questionable backgrounds everywhere, but LA.
No, I'm talking about people who are in there that came to this country to do harm to us. I mean, we got people here from other countries that are here. We radicalized that dude in New Orleans. The New Orleans.
Yeah, which is true, but you got to look at LA when the tragedy breaks out. Let's go back to the Rodney King. You saw what happened to the Rodney King era. They rioted and they stole everything. Then they almost did it again when the verdict from the police came out, but that was kind of shut down and they contained them. You had the George Floyd thing that happened. They did the same thing in California, so they just use it as an opportunity to see.
According to LA
Same thing
sheriff,
with the
they
Kyle
got
Rittenhouse
they locked
thing
up
up in
20
Yeah,
Wicklow.
Kyle Rittenhouse. Yeah, they did it. Yeah.
Right.
Every single
Yeah.
time there's something that they're using it as torture.
That just boils down to the psychology of human beings. I mean, mob mentality rules. You get a handful of people acting a fool, and that spreads like a poison throughout the whole group.
Mhm.
Granted, yeah, there's going to be some people that are wise enough to say, let's get the fuck out of here. But generally, you get a large group of people together, regardless of who they are, mob mentality can take over really quick. I mean, that's kind of the problem with the whole J6 thing. There's 125 provocateurs in that crew of people. Is that what started the mob mentality that got normal, genuinely good Americans to maybe act a fool for a few minutes? The ones that took part in breaking shit and, sitting at Nancy Pelosi's desk and, doing shit they weren't really supposed to be doing. I'm not talking about the cats that were walking through the rotunda, just, the ones that were actually doing shit that, is a chargeable offense.
Right. I know what you're talking about. But hopefully
you get caught up. You get caught up because in the beginning you're there for one thing, and then the next thing you're taking your picture of your balls on your fucking Xerox machine.
Well, especially if you have righteousness on your side. I mean, if you believe in your heart that you're righteous in what you're doing, then, I mean, it's really easy to get swept up into that mob mentality and like, they did kill that guy. They did kill that guy. You ain't even seen the video. It doesn't matter. All of them said that they killed that guy. All right, let's fucking break some shit.
Right. Yeah.
And something else that's funny? A lot of times you get in these mobs and you really don't know the person next to you, and you see them do it and it feels good. And then people can, it just passes
being bad
on
is natural.
Like a baton.
It's easy to be bad, guys. Being bad is as natural as drawing a breath of air. It takes effort to be good.
Yeah, it does. It takes a lot of restraint to be good.
It takes a lot of restraint to not just pistol whip that son of a bitch in front of you at the line at the grocery store.
Yeah.
What you mean you're going to buy filet mignon with a food stamp card?
Right.
You paying on your iPhone? You got your food stamp set up through your iPhone. You're scanning in.
So, but what's happening now is all those people in that blue area, because that was mostly the bluest. Like I said, those are the blue dogs, Democrats. Those are the Democrats of the Democrats right there, the rich ones. And so,
my heart's crying, man.
Yeah, they are upset. They're pissed off. So they're calling for the fire chief to step down. They're calling for the governor to step down. They're calling for the mayor to step down. But you clowns voted them all in. And they're now saying this is what happened when we vote incompetent people in the office. Incompetent
This is what happens 20 years ago when you stopped forest management and put the budget into some LGBTQ LMNOP bullshit agenda. All right. They stopped taking care of their forest management over 20 years ago. Back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, they all understood that if you live in this region, we have to do things to make it possible to live in this region, or your houses are all going to burn down every time the wind blows and a fire's running. So they did things. They cut they had a Department of Forestry Management that would go out and cut fire breaks every spring and every fall. They would manage certain areas that were around residential communities to prevent this kind of thing from taking place.
Tulag, he said, I don't think they were. The mayor was voted in. The governor was voted in. What was installed was the fire chief that was installed. So they tried to recall Governor Newsom once, and they lost by a small margin. And so, Gavin Newsom is Nancy Pelosi's nephew, and but they tried to recall him. They lost by a small margin, and so it's their own fault. You know what I'm saying? The mayor.
Right. I mean, they voted themselves into this, and they have been continuously voting these Democratic leftist socialist Marxist policies into place
Yeah.
for ever since the 70s, the 60s. It's been a slow, ongoing process. And over the last 15 years, 20 years,
they
still
had New York. I'm not New York, but LA had a Republican mayor running, Cruz, and he was going to set the world on fire there and fix things, but they did not want him. They wanted this Cuban black, whatever, this lesbian looking woman. That's what they wanted, and that's exactly what they got. So, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, diversity. I mean.
Oh, and now in California, you will go to jail if you go to the voting booth and show your ID. They will arrest you. It is a misdemeanor charge. So
if you show your ID,
you're not allowed to have an ID during the voting in California.
Well, that seems pretty crazy to me that you can steal $1,000.
Look it up, Al. Look it up. They just passed this.
You can steal $1,000 worth of shit in California and not get arrested for it. But
they changed that law. They changed that law. Now if you steal just about anything, you go into jail.
Well, that's the way it should be.
Yeah, Orange County has made it any theft is under $1,000 is a felony. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hello, so now, you can't decriminalize. If you decriminalize crime, people are going to do crime.
Right.
We don't. Yeah, some of us in the population don't do crime because we want to be good people. We put that effort into being good people. There's a lot of folks out there that are too lazy to put the effort into being good people. Robbing a sumbitch to be able to get your dope money is way easier than hitting a 40-hour time card. Are you kidding me? You mean I hit this dude in the back of the head with a blackjack, he falls down, I take his money, I get to get high for a week, and
but there's repercussions to that.
Work for a week and get high for a day.
Right. You find it out?
Yeah, it says they're not required to present identification to election work.
And it was a person who got arrested for
first-time voters may need to present. Well, I'm looking for that part, but first-time voters may need to do so, or you can show the last 4 digits of your social security number. But yeah, that's crazy, man.
Like here,
somebody can go there.
People twist it a little bit, but it says here required to present identification brings a flag to me. Right, exactly.
In Ohio, there's a lot of ignorance when it comes to illegal.
And then it says when somebody asks the question, it's frequent asked questions. What if I'm not registered to vote in California?
Right.
You can't still vote in California then.
You still vote.
Yeah, if you're not registered to vote, you can't vote. I mean, they might hand you a ballot, but it's
going to the same day and register the same day. That is crazy.
Yeah, who's going to stop you? You go there.
We're talking about California now.
Yeah, California, you can go there with a fake ID and go vote, then come back the next time and don't even have your ID.
Listen. I got it for you. California does same day voter registration, so you don't have to be registered pre. You can show up the same day and vote.
So they don't even vote
the same day.
They won't vet you.
That's great.
Yeah, we can't do that in Ohio. You got to be registered like 90 days before the election.
This is me and vote.
Right.
It does. I'm reading it right off their website.
But I know, like here in Ohio, there's a lot of ignorance to the voter thing.
TA.gov.
Because while you can vote without an ID in Ohio, they're going to hand you a provisional ballot. And they're going to check your signature and your address on that provisional ballot against the voter roll. And if it doesn't line up, then that ballot gets kicked out and it don't get counted.
Right.
But they don't want to argue with people there at the ballot box on who can vote and who can't. Here's your ballot, go vote. If the shit don't line up when we double check it, then it gets kicked out.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to argue at that day.
Is he froze?
Huh? No. Am I froze?
No. You was just sitting there looking like you were blowing into.
I'm searching. I had one of my monitors go down.
While you were talking, I
only got one monitor going right now. Usually I have 2. I only got 1. So I had.
Yeah, there's a lot of I guess they're trying to prevent voter intimidation with those laws, but that is crazy.
Yeah. So I'm trying to bring something else up. not on this subject, but another subject.
Yeah. So Al, on the same note that you said, there's people who are the residents in California right now. They're refusing to evacuate because
Yes.
of the looters, right? But
Yes.
they're staying back, and they have. What are you gonna do? Hit them with a shovel?
They have no weapons.
Use harsh
They
words.
have no guns.
Use harsh words.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Some
unless
people
they
in
got,
California have guns.
Well,
you
we're
can
talking
have
about this
them,
location where the
but
fire is, right?
it comes down to ARs. You can't have an AR. Your AR has to have a fixed magazine. You and it's got to be pinned at the flash suppressor. It has to be pinned and weld. It can't be a shorty. Has to be the 16-inch. You can't. You can't have that regular AR stock on it. It has to have that new age Funko stock where you can't do a full grip around it.
Futuristic looking.
Yeah. And so if you have anything that's against regulations, if they see it, they're confiscating it. And if you have it and use it in a crime, you're being charged with it.
Right. I think there's some parts of California, I don't know where, I think it's in maybe Northern California, that they have they're almost normal. They can have real guns. I don't think that's pervasive throughout the whole, but I don't know.
Anybody knows. That's a statewide thing.
Now, what they do in Northern California is what they do in Northern California, because Northern California ain't like California.
Well, I got a buddy of mine who lives in Northern California. He violates the rules. He's an ex-army.
Oh yeah. But, yeah, all them dudes up there in the Green Triangle, they all breaking the rules. They've got shit they ain't supposed to have, but their thoughts on the topic are "fuck you, come and take it."
Right, but he tells me that you can't buy ammunition, more than one box a month, and all types of other bullshit. And so he's like, "This is crazy, man, what he's going through." But he's like, "I'll buy the shit and fucking just drive it back into the fucking state."
And that's where my lack of empathy comes in. I mean, it's just you guys have voted yourselves into this corner. I'm supposed to sit over here and feel bad for you because your shit's all burning down and people are taking your shit when everything that is going on could have easily. As a matter of fact, all you had to do is not make it happen.
Right.
That's all you had to do was not do it on purpose.
Right.
I'm sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the pets.
Yeah.
So I guess those videos that I see, these guys are they're grandfathered in. Because it's like you said, Al, in Northern California, owning an AR-15 is heavily restricted due to state laws classifying all AR-15 variations as assault weapons, meaning that only those legally possessed before the ban can be owned, and they must be registered with the California Department of Justice.
And they got to be, but
yeah, that's some bullshit.
You have to prove that you're pre-grandfathered, and because if you register them, and they go against the registration of what the laws are, they may be shorties, they're coming to get them. So I don't care what you say. There was a video that went out with a guy, he registered 2 ARs and they were shorties, and they took them, bro.
Dude, this one says right here that no assault weapon may be sold or transferred to anyone within California other than to a licensed gun dealer or to police or the sheriff's department. And that law provides that the possession of the assault weapon in violation of state law is a public nuisance.
Right.
That's
like
you got to look at
that licensed AR-15 dies. That's going to have to be turned in. That's non-transferable. That's like an NFA item.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys saw there's a video in Atlanta, and the guy he's shooting a rifle of some sort. I can't really see it, but it's probably semi-automatic, and he's shooting a rifle, and the officer is engaging him. The officer winds up killing this motherfucker. But prior to that, there are people walking around normal, like they're literally getting closer to the gunfight to video this bullshit. And then a bus comes in between them, and people get mad that the bus is blocking the video.
Yeah, because everybody wants to go viral. They'll get into the middle of a shootout just to
they're so damn ignorant they're willing to die for it.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen the video where these people abandoned their cars in the middle of the road and they took the damn keys with them?
Oh,
yeah.
They had to use a bulldozer to push them out.
Bulldoze these cars out of the way. Because these son of a bitches took their damn. Okay, you're scared. You're a bitch. You're gonna run. Leave the keys.
But most of those cars, they were right there at the ocean. Why didn't they just go over the cliff and get on the beach and just wait there?
Right.
You didn't have to evacuate. You could have just waited until the next morning right there on the beach. If the fires got too hot or whatever, just get in the freaking water.
You know,
Panic.
one of the things that I've seen in these videos of the damage that has went through these neighborhoods that I keep seeing it over and over and over. Houses burned to the ground, bricks, everything. I mean, houses completely demolished all the way to the ground. But the trees and the bushes around the house are still there.
Yeah.
Telephone poles, power lines running down.
I can
are
explain
still
that.
hanging.
That one. That's pretty easy to explain.
Mm-hmm.
California is a very dry state, especially Southern California, because you're not allowed to abuse water at all. There's no washing cars.
I get that. It's a
You
super
ain't
dry
washing your
state.
house. Yeah. So, and a lot of people don't treat their roofs because things are so expensive out there. If you're going to put a roof on in California, you looking at it'll cost us out here $8,000, but it's probably about $24,000 to put a roof on. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Everything is doubled and tripled out there, and so they have these old dilapidated roofs on, and so you get an amber that hits on top of it, it's gone, bro.
Right.
And
But
especially with all that dust, that settled dust is on the top of your roof, it's gonna burn. You know what I'm saying?
I totally get why the houses are burning so quick. Totally
Yeah.
get why the houses are burning so quick. But they're burning hot. All right. A house burns hot. That's a hot fire. That's not like a campfire. That's a hot fire with all the chemicals, the plastics,
Yeah.
everything that goes up in a house. I mean, it puts off one hell of a hot fire.
Mhm.
Why is the tree 10 feet away from it still got leaves on it?
I think
If
it's
I
the
burn
trees
a
still alive.
bonfire
Most
out
of those
here-
trees are still alive, and it's hard
When
to
I burn a
something like that.
bonfire out here, every tree around there, around 10, 15 feet of where I had that bonfire, they're not dead, but the
But they
leaves
burn
are
it.
all burned off of it.
I know what you're saying. It's almost like spontaneous combustion when a person burns up.
Right. And I mean, the power
Yeah.
lines, the rubber power lines. Why
Yeah.
are the rubber power lines still hanging? Why are the
Oh
telephone?
no! It was a guy who showed there was a lot of power lines that
Yep, they all
fell in
just
the middle of the
fell.
street.
Yep.
So
Okay.
most of
Because I keep
Palisade,
seeing shit that shows me power
Right.
poles still standing. Like they
Right,
don't
but
look
see,
like metal.
the day that fire burned up the Palisade area, they had over 100-mile-an-hour winds. So if you go and look at some of these videos these guys did, the trees were completely blown over, and they knocked out a lot of the power lines. So there's a lot of areas in that facility don't even have power. A lot of people still don't have power. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the biggest thing that they have it out there. You know, that wind was,
When we get 100-mile-an-hour winds, they're called tornadoes.
yeah, but I understand, but
That I find that odd too. Is that a normal thing in California in that neighborhood?
Yes.
That LA
Yes, the Santa-
Basin, is that a normal thing? to get
Santa Ana
100-mile-an-hour winds?
comes every year, and they go.
Really?
They range from 80 to 100 miles an hour every
Wow.
year. And every year the firebugs go out and starts fires, and the firefighters have to fight them. This is a known thing they do every year. You know what I'm saying?
It seems like it's getting more frequent too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm looking
there's
at a picture and I see what you're talking
fires
about.
in California, for as long as I can remember, there's been fires in California, but it seems like they're happening more frequently now.
Yeah,
Time for the
it
end of the
is.
world. But I see what you're talking about with the shrubs and the trees. A lot of it, and this is guesstimation, they're lower. They're like 3 and 4 feet off the ground. I think that could help where the roofs of most of these structures are being burned first, and then they're burning from the top down. And a lot of this stuff, the trees and all, I'm looking at one right now, and the entire building's is engulfed, and the trees are fine.
Mhm.
And the trees there's nothing wrong with the trees at all.
Right.
Let me see.
Right. So
I see what you're saying, though.
yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. So it's not the sheriffs that
See?
will enforce. Yeah. Let me take this.
See these trees? I mean, this building is fully
It's in
engulfed.
full
It ain't
engulfed,
coming back
yeah.
from that.
Right.
And
But
yet,
as that
there's nothing
building
here,
burns
and over here,
down
this-
and the fire gets hotter and closer, I don't know. Call
Mm-hmm.
me crazy, but them trees on the left side over there where they're damn near touching the window,
Yeah,
They should burn up.
and the fires
Mhm.
that I've seen in
I
my
agree.
community, those things.
I see singe on them, but they're not burning. Right, I see
Right.
them being singed,
So-
but I don't see them burning.
Yeah, and yeah, it's whole neighborhoods, certain houses, and some people probably
It's
burn
just
their own
weird. I
houses.
don't think there's anything to it. It's just
and,
weird.
and some people probably burn their own
Mhm.
houses to get some of that insurance money. You know
Well, I
what I'm
hope they
saying?
didn't get canceled.
So, so you never know who burned their own houses down. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
and it could have easily just started just like that. I'm going to get me
Yeah.
some insurance money, and now the whole neighborhood's gone.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna do it till the
Whoops.
Santa Ana wins. Yeah. They're like,
Yes, I
oh,
really was that retarded, Your Honor.
right.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, especially that guy you said that was tossing
The gas cans out into the brush, waiting for
right.
the fire to get there. When the
Right.
fire finally got to those cans, dude, it
Mhm.
was going to get nasty, and that was right next to a highway.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, but that's it's a lot. It's crazy what's going on, and they still burning. I just talked to a friend of mine out there. He said, "Yeah, the winds are going to pick up tomorrow." And
Certainly why I'm glad I live in a free state like Ohio, dude. I
And
catch you doing some dumb shit like that, I get to poke holes in you.
and let's go back to Tulags. Northern California sheriffs don't enforce gun laws, but most sheriffs, if they're elected, are now you may have some Democratic sheriffs who have been elected because Cobb County got one. And but if you get a lot of conservative sheriffs, no, they won't do it. But the problem is, it's a local police departments. Local police departments in California, majority of them are anti-gun. And so if you get caught with
That's
that,
because
you're
the
going to
chief is
jail.
anti-gun.
Yeah.
Well, not to mention the fact that if I'm Joe Blow police officer and I get dispatched out to your house and I get there and I find out that you're smacking your old lady around or you're kicking your kids around or being mean to the dog or just in all general purposes being an asshole, I show up and you start playing sovereign citizen on me or some dumb shit like that. And I find out that, the neighbor fucking tells me that you got an illegal weapon in the house. Well, I might have looked the other way, a different neighborhood, a different attitude, a different situation. I might not be so inclined to enforce this rule or law I might not even agree with, but you're an asshole. So I'm going to show you, asshole. Watch this.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying, but it's some of it's not just literally. Remember the one guy who had people follow him home? He had a concealed weapons permit. He owned a dispensary. He shot at the people and returned fire.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stopped them. Right. They ended up taking his concealed
He's in
weapons
jail.
permit, and they wanted to take him to jail. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, he did get arrested that night.
He
and
made time
for
in jail.
defending himself.
He didn't go to prison, but he spent time in jail.
Yeah, so it's like, come on, that was one of the good guys trying to.
Yeah, I bet he voted for one of the people that wrote into legislation that put his ass in jail.
He probably did. He probably did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move. If you don't
Right.
like it there, you should leave. I recommend that everybody that has an ounce of conservatism left in their body in California, get up out there. Come on out here. You're welcome in Ohio. Just leave your California shit out there.
Right. Now here's some good news on the gun. Well, no. Let's see.
There is no such thing as good news. It's the end of the
there is.
world.
We have some good fucking news out here. What is it? Oh, the good news. I don't think I have a link to this one. But the good news is that the yeah, we'll go ahead and share it. Yes, it's Trump though. I don't want to share Trump too soon, but let's go ahead and share it.
No, this ain't soon.
Yeah, I know it's not soon. Yeah, let's go ahead and share it. This is some real good news though, and
Are you talking about the unconditional discharge?
Yeah, Two Leg says he's emphasizing that Northern California is mostly rural. I've actually recently watched a couple of videos about some communities in Northern California. They're not just rural. They're basically off the grid. There's a few places that I've seen in Northern California that like they're just out there. It's like West Virginia.
I think that's
well. That's way up north.
Yeah, next to
in Napa Valley and all those areas. Yeah, that's true. I'm from Northern California. I grew up in the Bay Area, and it's just like Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So you got Metro cops. So
That's
zero
Northern
dollars.
California.
Yeah, Northern California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I watch a bunch of guys that shoot out there, and they look like they shoot normal guns. They don't have all that bullshit Planet of the Apes looking guns.
I think you can do it for competition, but they have to have 10-round magazines. You know what I'm saying? So the competition guns are totally
No,
different.
these are rifles. These guys are
Oh, they're
shooting
rifles?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you never know, they
Okay.
might just cross across the border over into Nevada or something
Yeah.
too,
Yep.
depending on
It could be because
geographically
it's
where
desert.
they're
They're
at.
shooting in
Yeah,
the desert.
because you can't do it if going in by airplane. Because trying to leave, that's when you go to jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They have zero tolerance for that. You know, so I know some guys, a cop out there, and he said, don't even play. You know what I'm saying? You'll go to, even he'll go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's just stupid. But what I just showed, did you guys see that?
No, that's what we were waiting here for.
Oh, you guys didn't see it? Oh, I thought I shared it. What
I was
the-
trying to help you out,
It's
man.
moving
You
while
didn't
you're
even
being
answer me.
quiet.
Well, I can't share. I only got one screen, and I can't share this. I'm gonna send you the link now,
All right.
and see can you share it. I'm having some computer screen issues over here.
I'm not even
I'll
gonna
put
mess
it in
with
the chat for you.
I'm not even gonna mess with you tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave you alone, bro. See,
Okay.
I was gonna leave you alone.
Right. All right. Oh, you got X, right?
Yeah.
This from X. Okay.
Right.
So pull that up and share it. Basically, what's happening is in Congress has already told President Bush that they're going to do the reciprocity. Not Bush, Trump. That they're going to do the Reciprocity Act. I know I'm fucking up already. The Reciprocity Act, and they said they have the votes, enough votes to pass it. And as soon as they can, the new Congress take hold, they already been sworn in. Trump put out today that he's going to sign that bill as soon as he get it on his desk. You know what I'm saying? So, so we're looking at reciprocity for the whole United States. So it's going to make a few blue states upset, New York and all kinds of other places, California.
Well, I would expect that there'll be legal actions taken and stays put in place to prevent that from going into effect, at least until it goes through the courts. That's what we do.
Right of self-defense everywhere it is under siege, and I will sign concealed carry reciprocity. Your Second Amendment does not end at the state line. That is how I will bring back public safety to America. I want to thank you. We're going to make America great again, and we're going to make America safe again. I will protect the right of self-defense.
So
cool.
That's some good news. That's some very good news. And
concealed carry reciprocity.
Yep, concealed carry reciprocity.
I thought you were talking about the other end. You see what I sent you? Because that's where he received that.
I'm not even on
I think
that
it was
page.
today.
You sent me something?
Mm-hmm.
For what channel?
Yesterday, right there in the group. Chat.
You didn't send me nothing.
One of
I can't even see anything that you sent. Oh, unconstitutional.
2025.
Unconstitutional discharge.
Right.
I expect 2025 is going to be a good year for Second Amendment people.
Yes, it is.
I see a lot of good things coming our way as far as restoring rights that have been stolen from us.
Right, and they're getting those. They're getting the control of the conservatives that they have as Congress and Senate under control. So these guys will stop acting like cats and start voting for the American people. And they're really pissing people off with that shit. Just get up there and the stuff's supposed to happen. And they're like, oh, I'm not voting for this. And it's like, come on, get off your fucking bandwagon and vote for this shit, or you get fucking, you get out of office. You know what I'm saying? And so it's about to happen. The bad news is that, oh, hey, what's happening, Heavy Rabbit? How you doing, my man? I was just on your page today. All right, he's from California. He knows about California a lot. Napa, Calistrata, wine country is Liberal Central. Hobart, Del Note, it's hillbilly, Indians and hippies. That's what Manson was, wasn't it? Oh, my screen just died. Oh, fuck.
Up the hill and off the grid. That's what, and that's what
go
you
ahead
were
and
saying.
read the rest.
Right, and that's what I
Like
seen in the one
refresh it.
video that I watched. Is like you
Mhm.
had hippies, you had rednecks, and you had hillbillies all living within a close proximity of each other, but they
Mhm.
all categorized themselves. You know, it wasn't anybody else saying you're this or you're this.
All
The
right.
hippies were like, "Yeah, man, we're the hippies," and the
Did you read
rednecks
the
were
rest
like,
of that?
"Yeah,
Yeah, we got it. We good.
Okay, cool. I don't know what's going on here.
You
But,
reset it.
we're surviving.
Yeah.
But what happened today, I noticed what is that gun group? I had my Twitter I was going to look at, and it shut me off. What's the other gun group that's fighting for?
GOA?
No, GOA. That's one. That's where that came from. GOA. It's another one. The guys who do all the lawsuits. Let me go to my home so I can find this shit. What they posted today was the ATF on November 24th of this year had filed and stated that all braces on any gun is illegal. Any and all. Yeah.
without
Isn't that
being
something?
registered as an SBR."
That's right. They say it's
I
an
just
NFA
seen that.
item. They saying it's an NFA item.
Yep. They actually sent a letter out. This has been given in writing to a customer, a person that wrote in trying to figure out the proper way to put their weapon together. And this is what he's reading now is the result of it.
Mm-hmm.
The SAF, Al?
Huh? Yes.
Second
SAF.
Amendment Foundation.
Yeah. That's it. I'm seeking that share real quick. I want to say something real funny looking. The new
Yeah,
firefighters
Jared
in
from Guns
California.
and Gear did a piece
Oh
on it.
yeah, you guys see that?
Oh shit.
That's the new firefighters in California.
Damn.
No, it's FPC. Yeah, I think that's
That's
it.
the other
Let me
one.
look them up.
That's another one too.
I'll look them up on Twitter. I mean X, and because they just posted. I just saw it. I thought I saved it and sent it to myself, but I couldn't freaking find it.
Yeah, they basically threw their middle fingers up to the court's rulings on this, the injunction and the stay on the ruling, and they're pretty much going to go rogue on this until Trump gets in there and squashes it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're gonna have to squash him. That's the only way this is gonna work. And I think they're trying to test the waters to see if he's going to squash him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's what the left's always doing. They're always testing the waters with us. They're always pushing. I mean, look at it. You're little, just a slightly bit older than me. Look at how many times as gun owners we've compromised over the years to get where we're at now. You know, they push on us hard, we give a little. They push on us hard, we give a little. They push on us hard, we give a little. Just in the last 5-10 years, gun owners have planted their feet and said, not one more inch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the more you give them, the more they take.
Right. We're done giving. And as a matter of fact, we kind of want some of that back.
Right.
It's hard to get it back once you give it up.
Once it goes,
I mean,
it goes.
when the NFA, when they banned machine guns, there may have been a logical, rational reason for citizens not to be able to have a fully automatic machine gun. But in 2025, the crime syndicates aren't what they were. You know, you have ways of keeping track of this stuff. You know who has what. You have a background check system in place. You know, let me run a background check and have a machine gun. And if I act a fool with it, then punish me for it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. It really is crazy. So Tulag said the ATF is violating an injunction, and the vacated ruling. Yeah, was because they already had a ruling, and so now they're reneging on it. And you're reneging on it 10 days before we get a new president. You know, well, last month before Christmas. So I guess the lawsuits haven't started yet, but you know, it's only their ruling. They don't make law. You know what I'm saying? But the thing of it is, when they make these rulings, you get these fucked up police departments in these blue cities that look at those rulings and say, you know what, I'm gonna make an example out of it. You know what I'm saying? And they'll try to, oh, you got this, and you get the Democratic DA, and that DA be like, you know what, I'm going to prosecute you for this. You know what I'm saying? Even though they probably don't have the jurisdiction to prosecute you for it, but they'll do it anyway. Now you hung up in the legal system trying to fight for your freedom. You know what I'm saying? And then you just lost all your firearms because of that, because they just charged you with a freaking felony. And they're going to come confiscate all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
unfortunately,
Been there,
Yeah.
done that.
yeah. So it's kind of fucked up what they're doing, and they will make an example out of
They
a lot
tried.
of people. Yeah, yeah.
They tried. Had they have not done lazy police work, they would have got me.
Mm-hmm.
They had me dead to rights, but because they were so excited to make a point, to prove a point, that they short-stepped themselves a couple of steps in the process. And when it all said and done, all you did was mildly inconvenience me.
Right. Now, Two Legs said the top 3 tiers of ATF needs to be fired and prosecuted for violating their.
Boy, he's a nice guy about it. That's a very
Yeah.
political correct way of saying it. I like him. He's a nice guy.
We like to do something they did in in Ukraine did after the war. I won't say after World War II.
I was thinking more along the lines of going old school with some buckets of pitch tar and some old pillows.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
let it be known.
Different in mind.
You know, I'm a big fan of tarring and feathering. You know, I've got a buddy that's a big fan of using millstones. Millstones are so permanent. Not everybody has to be dealt with permanently. Some people you can just send a message to.
Mm-hmm.
Tar and feather's a great message sender.
Yeah. I was just watching the guy who got tarred and feathered on the video the other day, and is going through a bunch of operations trying to get himself fixed. That was horrific. And but so let's see what this ride is going to take us, guys. So what Elon Musk and Vivek is planning on doing, that's what they call everybody back into the Washington buildings, no more remote work. So by doing so, that gives them an opportunity to find who's waste, and they can start laying these son of bitches off. You know what I'm saying? So the ATF director is already resigning. He's stepping down before Trump gets into office. And so I know there's a bunch of FBIs have all threatened when this new dude's going to take over, resigning. So they're going to self-clean out on their own. And that's what they said with they calling federal employees back to work. They said majority of them are going to quit. That's what they're hoping. And because they don't want to come back to work, you know. So there's a lot of the self-cleaning is going to happen on this.
Now hiring.
Yeah. So if they quit, I mean, they're not even going to get to draw unemployment. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, there's a lot of people who have the ability to retire. So that's what they're looking to basically going to shake the carpet. Because if they're working from home now, and if those people decide not to come back to go in an office, they want them to retire or some early out type deal.
Yeah, either buy. Well, I don't know if they lay them off. They have to buy them out. You know, all this other stuff.
Well, there's early out packages and things like that they do with federal government employees, and they'll make it sweet for them to leave now, and you know they go do something else somewhere else. But there's a guy, and he's supposedly in this mess in California, and he's saying that he's got a lot to say, really. But one of the things he's saying is that Mad Max is basically what he's describing, and he's saying that it's going to be one of these situations where the homeless people have been waiting for this forever, and they're moving into houses where these people who are evacuating, they're going in there. And he's eyewitness, and it sounds credible. I mean, it's hard to do it because what he says himself, police are not responding to any calls for service. They're dedicated to trying to stop the fire and keeping it contained. So all the resources are there, and they're calling the police, and he's like, "You're by yourself." I'll give you a couple of minutes of this guy.
But if you watch a bunch of the videos, the last time I was out there in California, all those areas off of PCH1 and Palisade and all that stuff, they had it was a bunch of vans, not vans, but what do you call them? The camping vehicles, the Winnebagos,
Right.
were parked all along the street. If you notice, when you look at the fires, you don't see any of those Winnebagos. Those people drove off. You know what I'm saying? So where did they go? You know? And so now you're looking at where did they go? So when RVs. So are they going to come back to migrate those burnout areas?
Hmm.
You know? And
Well,
I
try
mean, I've already been
here's the
hearing
right
rumblings of BlackRock making offers
to what? To
for burned
some
out
of the,
property.
Oh yeah?
I wouldn't
Oh
doubt that.
wow.
I wouldn't doubt that. They're
Yeah,
going to take up the whole damn country.
But they're gonna have to make a lot of
I can't
offers.
verify that, but rumor has it that BlackRock's already putting offers into burned out property.
They don't have that kind of money because one of the homes that got burned up was worth $20 million.
Yeah, but I mean,
BlackRock has that kind of money.
yeah, that too. But some of these other ones, the lesser ones. We're listening to this guy.
Congrats. This is round 2. This is threat number 2. Threat number 1 was the fire. It's slowing down. Great. Do not relax. There's no time for tears yet. No crying, no nothing. This is game time because human beings are the apex predator. People are aware. Cops, nobody's responding to crimes right now. Everything is going to be covered and overlooked by this whole fire that's happening. People are already breaking into businesses, breaking into houses, harming other people, unaliving other people, because nobody's going to take the time. There's too much happening for people to look at. Oh, this person's not breathing no more. Was it a red rum or was it the devastation? There's too many things to be focused on. All crime, no one's there to help you right now. So protect you and yours at all costs. And I mean all costs. All that pent up that everybody got from 2024, you want to crash the out, save it. You're about to need it. This is not a time to relax. This is not a time to chill out. This is about to become a fight for resources. And you're also going to be dealing with people in the society of LA. All these homeless people been waiting for their moment. This is their time to shine. They're already breaking into houses, businesses, stealing. People are setting more fires just because they want to watch this go down. So keep in mind, the fire going away is threat number 1. I'm happy if you survived. I'm so God sorry everybody's in this God position. It's the worst thing that can happen. But this is threat number 2. This is the one you really got to pray to make it the out of. And when I say protect you and yours at all costs, I mean at all costs, because their crimes are kind of free for all. But if you got to do what you got to do, everybody's kind of free. This is all alleged also, because I'm making this video. But everybody there, you know what the really going on. You know what to do. So do not hesitate to do it. And the other thing, women, stick the together. Be as vicious as you have to be. Nobody can respond to a crime call right now. Cops can't get down the road to nobody. If men want to come in your house and overpower you, or men want to catch you and find you, what you gonna do?
Yeah, with all the illegals out there. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Gangs, yeah.
that was the thing that you said earlier,
Nice.
and we were all speculating, but here, this guy, he's talking
That
about
really
that, and it's the
sounds
same
like,
thing with guns.
That sounds like straight up shit hit the fan, man. That's like some 2012. I seen a video the other night of the helicopter flying over LA's part, and you could see it was all on fire. And it was like, man, didn't I see this out of the scene of that movie that The Rock was in, the End of the World movie with The Rock?
Yeah.
Like, this is wild, man. I didn't realize that it was to that level that society has already started breaking down.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was quite that bad.
Yeah.
But
some of the things that I see with Hollywood will tell you what's coming next if you pay attention to it. Because the Obamas had a movie as well, and their movie had destruction and people surviving one major ordeal and then having to deal with each other afterwards.
This is why we talk about the training so much. Protect your family at all cost.
Yep.
You live in a place where you're limited and restricted to what kind of weaponry that you can have. What have you done to be able to protect your family at all cost?
What you're gonna get these isolationists. these guys are driving around. They're looking for the people with 1s and 2s and 3s, and they got 6,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna come there and they're gonna overpower them. They're gonna kill them. They're gonna do whatever they got to do to neutralize them.
That big shooter, what you said right there, makes a lot of sense because we're getting to that
Heavy
point
Rabbit
where-
said that.
I'm sorry, Big Shooter said it right here, burning out the bush to build a smart city, same as Hawaii. And that didn't say Big Shooter 17L?
No, he was saying that too, Big Shooter 17L. Heavy Rabbit was saying that to him.
Ladies,
They're having a conversation in the background.
Did you see what I got pinned up right now?
Yeah, I know, but that's
Yeah,
when
I'm
he's
not
got
talking
the
about-
at. He's got the at to Big Shooter. Look who posted that. Heavy
I
Rabbit.
know. Okay.
So he's
burning out
talking
the
to Big
bush.
Shooter.
I got you. But I'm saying what he's saying, burning out the bush to build a smart city is exactly
what they did
possibility.
to Hawaii.
Right,
And look at
exactly.
Hawaii. They're not having rebuilt. This has happened. We've seen
Mhm.
this happen here in South Carolina. North Carolina?
North Carolina and Tennessee.
Tennessee, and it's also happened in Hawaii. And they haven't rebuilt North Carolina and Tennessee, and they haven't rebuilt Hawaii. But I
No.
guarantee you they're going to rebuild California.
Right now, tonight, in North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee, there are people sleeping in tents with 6 to 8 inches of snow on top of them.
Right.
Mm.
Right now. That's a fact. That's not an exaggeration. That's not a stretch of the truth. There are women and children sleeping in tents right now as we
Right.
speak.
Right.
So there's that.
Yeah, Gen X, Gemini said, this is good conversation. Where is everyone? Well,
Exactly.
they're sitting at home watching.
We're the only ones that matter, guys.
Right.
Yep.
Gen
right.
X, you're here.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Gen
Yeah.
X Gemini, nice to see you, bro. Thanks for coming.
And I
out.
also want to thank a guy for following us tonight. Where is it? Pre-Marts 0728182 to start following the channel. Thanks for that. And,
Now, that's why I said I can't confirm that BlackRock's in California making offers. I have heard that, but I've also heard the same thing about North Carolina and Tennessee. That
Mhm.
BlackRock was in there before they had ever even started the cleanup with checkbooks, writing people checks for property that had been 100% destroyed. Here's a check, walk away.
Dang.
was
Here's a
people
check,
taking it?
walk away.
They were taking
Yeah.
it?
Oh, absolutely. Some of them
Dude,
will. There's
they-
an
they make- in some cases-
take the checks.
In some cases, the people can't refuse it.
Right.
They can't.
Right.
I
they
mean, if
can't
you've
refuse
got 100% loss and you have no insurance, because just like in California, over there in North Carolina and Tennessee, the majority of those poor mountain folk that didn't have a pot to piss in, really generational poverty, they didn't have no insurance. So if a guy's going to show up and give me a check for 5 times what the value of my property was before it got washed out, yeah, it's yours, bub. It's yours. I'd love to stay, but I got to take that check, man. That's more money than I'll ever have an opportunity at in one shot the rest of my life.
it. Right.
Right.
You know, and those people in California, the checks are going to have to be bigger, but there's going to be somebody there writing checks to buy up as much of that real estate as they can possibly get. They will lobby Gavin Newsom and the politicians there in California, and they will drive those permits through that nobody else would be able to get,
Shit, they might give them a tax break.
and get a tax break with it because they're going to provide jobs to the LGBTQ pedophile community.
Shit.
Yeah.
And you know, it'll all get build back better.
Yeah. So
Joe
I
Biden's
saw,
involvement.
I don't know if it was fake, but I saw Biden said he's going to give 100% financial aid to the California people. I gotta look this up. In the meantime, I'm gonna share.
Well, that's going to be a pretty hefty dime on the taxpayer to cover 100% of that.
Well, he won't be able to pass it by Congress. He can only do this through an executive order. And so if Trump get in there, when Trump gets in, he can blow that executive order out of the water. You know what I'm saying? So which one I wanted to show.
That's a trip, though, man. That it's just gone Mad Max in California.
Yeah. California's out of control.
New York's not
Oh.
far behind. They don't
This
have
is
fires, but they got the crime.
Yeah. This is the article I was talking about. It was It was ATF says all braces and SBRs in violation of the law in December 20th letter to GOA member of the ATF firearms industry breached and took the position to any pistols with a stabilizer brace attached is considered to be a NFA item
It was
under
branch
the
code.
federal law. Yeah,
That was
this is
the
concerning
program,
as the ATF is explicitly prohibited from enforcing the final rule on stabilizer braces. 3 different federal courts have overruled this, right? And not only that, this letter is to our member and would be the first time on record the ATF has taken a position contrary to the ruling in these courts. Today, the Minuteman movement then goes over the letter the ATF has sent to the members of the GOA response. You got to watch full video. So, yeah. So that's what they're trying to push, man. It's not going to go anywhere, though. I'm not worried about it. Because, like I said, 3 courts already ruled that the brace is.
I mean, we've got to go as a society. We've got to come to a point at some time to where we just come together and say, "I don't care what laws you pass.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't care. I'm done playing along with this." I mean, and that's kind of where I'm at with the pistol brace, the FTR, the auto key card thing. You know, this crap is just ridiculous at this point. I mean, it's beyond anything that anybody could think of as being for safety. It's just ridiculous. You can't ever convince me that this little piece of metal is going to be a machine gun. You know, now what that guy does with that piece of metal, let's hold him accountable. You know, if you go into his gun safe and you find that little key card that's been cut out, cut down, and smoothed out and bent to be able to be put into a gun, you might have something worthy of taking to court, but not just because he has that. Same thing with the FTR trigger, the bump stock, the pistol brace. It's all just nonsense. So you mean to tell me that 6 inches worth of barrel length is really changing the level of dangerousness of this gun?
No,
Stop it.
Because none of those items have been used in mass shootings except for Chicago.
Right.
And they don't want to talk about black people killing black people.
No, that is anti-narrative.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So, matter of fact, you don't even hear about the killings in Chicago anymore.
Well, yeah, they've quit talking about it.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. I mean, it's terrible, you know, but
yeah,
that's the only way to get crime down in these leftist experiment cities is to just stop keeping track of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, our crime is as low as it's ever been. Dude, you stopped counting it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But it continues. But it continues.
You didn't have less homicides. You just stopped counting the ones that were of family members.
Right. Yeah. We don't want to show that.
You know, the guy that doesn't have a fucking green card don't get a charge.
Right. Like Gen X. What? Personal accountability. We can't have that. Yeah, which is true. Yeah.
Dude, this shit is really starting to make me feel like a sucker for putting all this time and effort into being a good guy.
Yeah.
Well, now
I'm over here working my ass off to be a good guy.
You can't say that because
and these schmucks over here are allowed to run roughshod, do whatever the fuck they want to do.
We can't say that. I know that. I know.
I
for
can't
a fact,
even shoot them.
I know for a fact they are some dangerous men in this world. I know for a fact. I met.
They are.
And these guys are some of the most law-abiding citizens you ever seen. But if they ever turn themselves on again, the world would look out because these guys would do so much damage to whatever's around them. It'll be unreal. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, it is. But at the same time, you know, when you look back and you put it, it's almost like paying for insurance. You pay for insurance for 10 years, never have an accident. They give you a little sticker and say, "Oh, we thank you for being a safe driver."
Then we're gonna raise your rates,
right? And then you get a fender bender or worse. I heard that a lady was telling me that she had a windshield replaced, and they increased her insurance.
She should have paid for it herself. Windshield's $250. It's
but you get the service through your.
I got the service. I went through this. I got the service. I paid the cash.
You should have talked to her.
Didn't use my deductible.
Yeah, the
should've told her.
deductible was more.
But anyway,
than
well, hers went up. Hers went
If
up.
she used her deductible,
And she's never
she
had an
got
accident.
hit.
Right.
She got hit.
fucked. But I'm just saying, she never had a fucking deduction.
Yeah.
She never had an accident. And she used it for a windshield and the rates went up.
Yeah. See, women don't know. So guys got to tell them. You know what I'm saying?
You should do that. You're like a woman whisperer.
No, I'm not. I am far from that.
No, you
You are the woman
no,
whisperer.
no.
You're the one over here with the voice.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
this guy, he's got all the details.
They don't want to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell them the truth. I don't give a damn. I tell it. I have.
That's why they like you so much.
See, thank you. He knows.
Women like a dude that's honest with them, even if you're an asshole honest. As
Well,
long as
I'm
you're
a-
honest, because
I'm an
they're so
asshole.
used to being lied to about every damn thing that they don't know what to think when a man's straight up with them. Like,
Yeah.
so
Well,
you just want to have sex with me and then move on. You're not going to try to wine me and dine me. Yeah, baby. I figured you'd appreciate that. I don't
Yeah,
got time
yeah.
for no
There
bullshit.
it is. There
Come
it
on,
is.
Let's run that
Right.
shit. You down?
yeah. I
Therapy
understand.
range.
Yeah.
You just put him in a box, bro. You
Yeah, well-
nailed him. You nailed it.
But
Ain't
I
got time
live.
for shit.
You know that we can't play it. The Dennis Miller "I'm an Asshole" song. That is my theme song. So I've been living by that song since the.
And dude, that's like a aphrodisiac for some
Yeah, I love that song. That is my
some
song.
women will hear that and they'll just fall in love with you on sight.
Yeah. So
I've not had a hard time finding women to keep me warm at night. I've never had a problem sleeping alone.
just be an asshole. You know, what I'm
Just
saying?
be an asshole,
and they eat it up.
not a
It's just
dick, not a
Right,
dick.
Yeah, not a
There's a
dick, but an
difference.
asshole.
It's a big
Yeah,
difference.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's a line you can't cross.
Right? You don't want to be a dick.
Yeah,
You know, you
be
don't
an
want to be
asshole.
cussing people out at the restaurant, acting a fool.
Yeah, that's a turn off.
Oh my god! Walk in
That's a
there.
turn off.
Where's my
I
food?
said, well done. This is medium well.
Right.
Take
That's
it
the last.
back.
That's the last thing I want to piss off is people in the restaurant because you know they're gonna drop it on the floor.
Dude,
They're
you
gonna
don't
wipe their
never
balls with
complain
it.
about
Their
them
ass.
steak. I don't care if
Yeah.
that shit comes out so bad. You swallow
I
that
eat
shit
it.
down.
I eat it.
Don't you ever
I
send a
eat
steak
it.
back because
I-
they're gonna rub their balls with it.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I went into a steakhouse, me and my wife. The steak wasn't that good. I told my wife it wasn't that good, and I ate it anyway. And the manager came around the table. She said, "How was the steak?" I said, "It tastes like kangaroo meat." You know what I'm saying? But she said, "Well, why didn't you say something?" I said, "No, I'm not going to have you go."
I'm
back
not
there
pissing off the
ask
cook.
for it. No. I said, I'm fine. I'm cool.
No,
You know,
I ain't
it's-
having my steak
yeah, it
raked
tastes
across the floor like an ice hockey puck.
Mm-mm. I never send my plate back. Never, ever.
You get it back and it's extra crunchy.
never,
Is that
never
a
send your food
pubic
back.
hair?
Yeah, it could be bald hair, pubic hair. I'll tell you guys a story. In the army,
Oh, shit.
we
There
had a
go.
guy. It was I was working in the arms room once, so we had just got out the field. Everybody was tired. So the lieutenant, me and the dude in the arms room, we had a loaf of bread. So we was making fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So you know what I'm saying? And so the fucking lieutenant came up to the cage and was like, "Make me a fucking sandwich." We was like,
Oh, you
What
done
the
left the
fuck?
crust on.
"What the fuck?" And the other guy was like, "All right, sir, let me go behind here and get this,
Fucked up.
get the bread." He goes down and drops his dirty fucking drawers, wiped that fucking thing on his nuts, and came back and gave him two things of bread and some peanut butter jelly sandwich and a plate. And had, "Here you go, sir." Lieutenant came back about an hour later. It smells a damn good sandwich. I was like, damn, this dude just ate this dude's
Oh
balls.
man.
We had
Damn.
just got out the field too, so there's
Man, that's the kind of shit that make me cut a motherfucker. Now I gotta cut you. No, I ain't gonna put you in the brig. I ain't gonna demote you. I'm gonna cut you.
Yeah, that makes it personal. at that
Come
Come
point.
on down into this grenade pit with me.
That
That's
was so
crazy.
funny. I was like, man, damn, he did that. I laughed.
That's
my
heartless,
ass off.
man. I mean, I come from a firm school of you don't fuck with a man's food.
No.
Yeah.
You don't fuck
No,
with
you
his
don't.
cart. You don't fuck with his
But-
wife. You
but
don't
don't-
fuck with his food.
but don't come in there ordering shit when I got the food. Because I got dick and balls.
Well, I mean, if you're
I
in
got
the
a dirty
military and
ass.
who's your
I can
senior
put on that.
motherfucking peanut butter and jelly
Oh, we
sandwich.
got the floor.
Smile.
You know what I'm saying? So
Have your ass making PB&J sandwich for the whole fucking unit for
right.
6 months. Fuck with
Right.
me. What?
So Heavy Rabbit, New Scum says there are no homeless families in California, only camp enthusiasts, urban outdoorsmen. But seriously, there are elderly people on Social Security living in cars by the river.
Yeah.
He's from Northern California.
Right.
He's
Yep.
Yeah, he
I've
goes
seen
back and
I've seen
forth
some
a lot.
stories about that, man.
Yeah.
Because people are being priced out. You know, this what do you call it, recession or whatever we're going through.
Mhm.
People had fixed incomes and it's rigid. So when they were making it at this level, now that it's here, they had no resources. And a lot of times, a lot of people spent all their extra and now they're living in cars. And I mean, you're talking about 65, 70-year-old people living in a damn car.
Yeah, it's
And,
for
had
one
to sell
bedroom in
houses and all that shit.
California. It's you looking at $3,000 for not even a one bedroom, for a studio apartment in a bad neighborhood. It's
Wow.
$3,000 a month.
Oh yeah, the prices
Yeah.
for housing in California is just insane.
I'm talking about an apartment. That's an
He's the
apartment.
only veteran that I know of.
Yeah. So we'll get to that.
Okay.
I was gonna get to that.
Go
I
ahead.
just wanted to finish
Well,
talking.
sometimes you miss him. You know,
I
the
miss him. I was gonna get to it. And
Alzheimer's.
Damn.
Oh shit. Yeah, I've been fucking up tonight. But what the fuck I was talking about?
You're talking about the people in the river. People in the river. There it is.
People on the river.
Yeah, the old people and
Yeah.
homeless.
When I lived in California, I had a one bedroom apartment in the city of Upland, and I paid $570, and it was in a gated community. It had a pool, weight room, laundry room, and it was really nice. I mean, you step out the front door and you see the mountains. I mean, it was nice. You know what I'm saying?
Was that
So-
the year after Yellowstone was written about?
That was in the
that was the year
80s.
after
That was in the
Yeller
80s.
was
That was in the 80s and early 90s. But you can't find a place like that anymore. You know what I'm saying?
You can't even find a place like
Two
that.
Legs said the same thing. That dude, $500.
That was a long time ago. Yeah,
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, when you're talking about that, I was paying in Ohio probably $375 to $450.
That was my first in Maryland.
You know,
Yeah, that's
slightly less than what you were
Yeah.
paying without the bells and whistles, no gated
Right.
community, no view, no pool.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
crackhead neighbors.
Well, I had
Yeah,
a bar right across the street. I had all.
You had to live, work, play.
Yeah, it was a bunch of stuff around. I just walked to. You know what I'm saying? It was really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, but
can't
you can't touch that apartment now for less than $1,200 a month
12.
I think it'd be
in a
more.
gated
I think it'd
community
be
with a
more.
pool and a
I
view
think three. I think three.
Yeah.
Three.
Yeah.
in California, depending
Yeah,
on
three
where
to
it's
four,
at,
probably
yeah.
$3 to $4 grand a month easily.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just ridiculous, you know. I mean, because we're not talking about 50 years ago.
Right.
We're talking about what, 25?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
20, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, and we all understand that the price of everything goes up in time. Inflation is a thing; it happens.
That's absolutely.
But this amount of inflation, and I've got a 21-year-old son that lives in my house that I've been pushing for 2 years to get out.
Mhm.
I did my job. Go live your life.
Right.
He can't.
Yeah.
He can't.
Right.
There's no.
So-
I mean, it's almost impossible for the kid to save up money because he
Right.
still has the cost of living. He's got a car insurance. He's got a cell phone to pay for. He's got gas to cover. You know, that pesky eating
Well,
thing.
in California, the average person makes 100 and something thousand, 6 figures, and they're still living in poverty. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
Mhm.
And for Gen X, the veteran thing, I'm a vet. Al's a retired cop. And where are you, Paul?
Nothing.
Human
All right.
Human.
Yeah.
most of the time.
He's a
No,
gun
I
guy.
never served. I haven't been military or police. I did sign up for the Navy. I went to Great Lakes, Illinois, but I medicaled out. They sent me back home. I was only there for a couple of weeks. So
Okay.
while I did take the oath of office, or oath to my country, I I don't claim military service.
Mm-hmm. So, and then Tulak said when he ETS'd out in '93, he bought a house in Orange County for $160K. Now it's worth roughly $1 million. Yeah. Time to sell. If you still own it.
Times 9 increase in value. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all right.
time to sell.
That is
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, if you still own that property, I'll dump it. I would definitely be a self-proclaimed millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let it go, man. So,
Well, and that's the craziest thing too. Is I mean, I'm seeing it even here in Ohio. People are fleeing California like it has the plague.
Yeah.
but
The only
problem,
We see it
downside
here in Atlanta.
they
But the
bring in
only
their
problem-
bullshit with them.
they want to bring that voting bullshit with them.
They want to
Yeah.
bring that bullshit
Yeah.
with them. I don't care
Yeah.
if you have a coffee shop on the corner. You
Right.
can have a puppy dog salon. I don't give a shit about that. You can have your nice little cute
Cheese shop.
artsy neighborhoods that you like to have. That's great. That's fine. Have all that shit. I might even enjoy some of that stuff too. You never know. But don't bring the liberal nonsense with you. You can totally be gay. You can put your LGBTQ LMNOP flag up. I promise, hand to God, I won't never take it down. I won't never be mean to you because of it. Just
Mhm.
don't bring your leftist voting bullshit with you.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the part right there. So between 2017 and 2021, California's overall senior population grew by 7%, but the number of people 55 and over who sought homeless services increased 84% in that
Mhm.
time, more than
Mhm.
any other group in their demographic.
Well, yeah, if you
And that-
lost your job in Silicon Valley when they started doing all the restructure a few years ago, you had a lifestyle that you were accustomed to living. Now you can't afford that no more.
Right.
Yeah.
And-
Especially
and
people
for-
on fixed income, they really can't afford it. But
For comparison,
I'm under the
No.
impression fixed income people have been run out of California a long time ago, at least the city areas. You know,
right?
like,
Well, sometimes they try to stay and make it, and that's when they
right, like the neighborhoods that are burning down right now. There's nobody in those neighborhoods
No.
on fixed incomes.
here we go. This is what I've been saying this for years. Too late. Liberals are like locusts. They destroy their area and then they move to another and keep repeating the process. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the guy's name, but he ran for office. He was Asian persuasion, and he told people to come to Georgia to vote for Ossoff.
Yeah, I remember that fucker.
Yep.
What's his fucker's
and
name?
he told him to come and vote blue. And I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah. He told them to all come here and vote blue.
Yep.
And they
Straight
did
up.
too. And
yeah, a
that
lot
was
of them did.
Yeah,
A lot of
that
them
was a
did.
year that we got fucked. You know what I'm saying? Because
Man, them jokers are coming and they're not stopping. And the funny thing is, when I make comments of it, they say we're not leaving.
Mm-hmm.
We're not leaving. Get over it. Like,
Oh, they
what?
say that?
Oh yeah, bro. You see it all online in the comments. They just say they're not leaving because people talk about, in the state of Georgia in particular, people drive gently. You're the light and the light turning greens. Nobody blows the horn immediately. They give you a few minutes, whatever. You changing the radio, maybe even
Dude,
fucking
I see
texting.
them every morning.
Now your fucking lights, it's still red for you, and they predicted you should be going. They'll blow the horn. If they want you to push forward, if the light's broken or misfiring, they blow the horn to tell you to move. I'm not going
Because they're
farther.
impatient.
Yeah, impatient.
See, they don't realize most of us here are armed. So
Right. They come from a place where they don't have to worry about any kind of repercussions of their
Right.
fuckery.
Mhm.
You get out and run up on my car acting like you're going to be violent with me, and your day has changed.
Yeah.
Your
happen.
Your
shit
life will
just got
change.
bad,
Something's
man.
going to happen, and don't get out that car with a baseball bat or a crowbar.
Right.
You're going to be
Right,
bad.
man.
It's
Show
not going to
some
work.
common civility. It's just
It's
a matter of not
yeah.
being an asshole, man.
And see, I don't take off from the red light fast because you can get into an accident that way.
Right.
So I always hesitate and then look. And,
No, I mean, proper acceleration improves gas mileage.
Right.
We're old. We give a shit about that stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Gen X Gemini's
All
said
right. I don't know. What
he has
that's
been
all
seeing a
about.
lot of us like
I think
minded
we came to the
people in
end of our
Ohio.
show, bro.
I'm Indiana. Haven't seen many hosers in the chat. Yeah, no, they're not.
Ohio is a great place as far as the Second Amendment, overall general
Mhm.
freedoms is good. I mean, our governor just signed a piece of legislation that made it law for schools to notify the parents if the children are trying to transition on them. If the kids are
Mm,
coming to school, they made it law that the school has to notify the parent now.
okay.
Whereas, you've
Mm.
got a lot of states around the country that are moving the opposite direction about. They're
Right.
passing laws that say we don't have to inform you if your
Right.
child is trying to transition.
Right.
So, Second Amendment wise, we've got Castle Doctrine, we've got Stand Your Ground, we've got concealed carry, constitutional carry. It's great as far as
Okay.
we
So
don't even
your
have a reason to put on gun rallies in Ohio anymore. There hasn't
so
been
your
a Second
state
Amendment rally for like 3
is a
years.
Second Amendment state, basically.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, all right.
Second
That's good.
Amendment strong here. Like I
Yeah.
said, we
So
haven't even had to put on a rally in like 3 years.
yeah, we didn't become a Second Amendment state until the COVID time. Then that's when the governor decided to make it a Second Amendment state. So and everybody's like,
I was blown
"Yeah."
away when Mike DeWine signed constitutional carry. I was
Yeah.
absolutely blown away. I was 100% convinced he was going to veto that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he didn't. Anything
Right.
that brings rights back to citizens is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
While I do understand people's concern about having unqualified people carrying a firearm, it's not your place to judge.
Right.
Right.
It's just not.
Mhm.
Okay. So Henry Rabbit said neo-libs progressives would hang John Locke, father of liberalism. Neocons, progressive rhinos, would sell them the rope and give it to him.
Judas kiss.
The Judas kiss. Yeah,
Mhm.
they would. Yeah. Liberalism today is Democrats today are not the same Democrats back in the 60s. These are totally
Well, the
They're-
Democratic Party has been infiltrated by leftist Marxists. There is
Yes.
no Democrat Party anymore.
and they've been
There,
working on this
there
for
are
years.
Democrats, but the Democratic
actually
Party
working.
has been shanghaied.
Right. You hear them all the time because everybody's rallying and they claim democracy, and it's like when you hear that, you know that person doesn't know what they're talking about.
Right.
It's like we live in a republic.
Yeah.
Can we get back to that?
Roll over in their own smoke. Oh,
Roll them on, and smoke them.
yeah, roll them on and smoke them.
Roll your own.
California is about to experience it here real soon in the next couple of weeks. So more power to them. We're having a whole bunch of issues, but we're gonna get ready to start shut this down, guys, because we're having a bunch of I got some hissing in my ears.
Yeah, I heard that, and it's also I think it's when we get past the 2-hour limit, it starts to wane.
Yeah, and we're having some video issues, so we're gonna shut down, guys. Thank you guys for watching the show. Thank you for coming on. Paul, where can they find you? Because he has a
Therapy
channel too,
Range
guys.
on Rumble or YouTube. Therapy Range. I do. I make firearms content. I like to blow shit
Al,
up.
can you pull
It's
his
for
page up
toxic
real quick?
masculine men. If you piss to sit down to piss, you're probably going to be offended. So but if that kind of thing doesn't bother you, come on over, hang out with me. I do a live show on Sunday at 10:30 Eastern. Welcome to come and kick it with me. I'd love to see new faces in the live chat. Fellas, thanks for inviting me to come on. As always, I had a great time with you. I needed a dose of that voice. I can't wait to get in the house. Ooh, it's gonna be
Here's
a good
his page, guys. Go to Rumble and follow Therapy Range, Paul.
That's right.
And check him out. Check out his live shows. He's a great guy. He's got a lot of good stuff up there, especially.
Yep.
with
I
this-
see that belt. I see that
You know
belt.
what I'm saying?
I like that.
Mhm.
So that's the belt you were talking about, Paul. The core
Yeah,
essential.
Can you hear us, Paul? You still there? Oh, you dumped off. Can you hear us? I don't know if you can hear us. Can you hear us, Paul? Paul, can you hear us? 1,
Look,
2,
he's
3,
still
4.
breathing.
Yeah, you
Still
can't hear
breathing.
us for some reason. Yeah. So, yeah, you can't hear us. He just dumped.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
I'm
dumped.
telling you, bro. After
Oh.
2 hours, it gets crazy.
Oh, he just dumped. Yeah. So,
After 2 hours, it's like, what the
yeah.
hell?
Okay. Yeah, Gen X, thanks for stopping through.
Yeah, man. Subscribe and push the follow button, man. So that we
Good
can
timing.
let
I'm
you
about
know.
to head home. Nice to meet you, gents. Yeah. Every Friday we're here, 8:30 to so on. We do a soft live about 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And check us out. We'll be here. If you can't check it out live, watch the show after. And we'll see you then. Other than that, we'll see you guys in the range. What you got, Al?
Hey, man, keep it the Second Amendment, pass it down to the next generation. Too loud.
right.
You take care, bro.
Okay.
Heavy Rabbit, Gen X guys, and Big Shooter. You my main man. Take care.
Yeah. We'll see you on the flip side.